Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fable Table. This is the right screen. Welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. It is also about these wild dances that Andy and Shannon are doing. How are you?
It's called Jazz Hands. Go ahead, John. We know you want to.
John, how are you doing?
Despite us. Is he frozen?
No, he's holding very, very
He's just
still.
being mad. Like, this motherfucker.
I once went a full minute without blinking once.
Ooh, that had to be confusing.
My teacher
Like on
thought
stream,
I
you
had
mean?
died.
Oh, I thought you meant like on stream.
No. All right. Oh, you know. Okay.
Thank you. I needed.
Nick, how are you? I don't care about the other three in this
I'm
group.
glad to be here playing games. I had a rough weekend. My basement sort of flooded.
Yeah. I know,
Uh,
I flooded it.
Seriously? Oh my god, dude, I'm sorry.
yeah, I sent John pictures. I sent Andy pictures, but our tub, like the caulking around the drain, fucked up, and water has been just spilling under the tub and leaked out into several rooms downstairs. So we ripped up a bunch of carpet.
Gotta cock that bathroom.
Yeah, well, I did, and now it's no longer
I'm so
leaking,
sorry.
so we're just gonna let it. Well, it has aired out, but we need to. It's a whole thing. I'm
Yeah.
glad that it is almost over. So,
Rough.
but my work started requiring us to come back to the office twice a week, and then a bunch of people have. Oh, what happened to Discord? We lost Discord. One moment.
Nick?
It's not funny.
What the fuck just happened
But-
to Discord?
Hey chat, how's it
You
going?
were like, I went back to work, and then you immediately
I
cut
think
out.
this-
And we were like, well,
I'm pretty
Guess
sure
he
the stream is
doesn't
still going though.
Yeah.
Seems to go.
Yeah.
No, he just
definitely is.
he just went dark.
Oh, did it?
oh, there it is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Oh.
You're getting all of our
So the
audio
voices are still
images
on.
Yeah.
your
Timur is
Discord.
saying the voices are still
The,
on.
did the stream go down at all, Timur? That's what I need to know.
No, it
No,
didn't
just
look like it.
the video is gone.
Okay, why? Turn on camera.
Voice is still hot.
Okay, but why is? Let's see.
All right, we are broadcasting our show from the void today.
Mhm.
Yeah, apparently
Oh my
I
god.
need show voice. Show me show voice.
OBS
Okay.
glitch on you?
Yeah, everyone
Show
can
me,
hear
show
us.
you, people, man.
What? Oh my god, do
Right.
I have to get these cams back one at a time? This is so
One
dumb.
at a
What
time,
you do.
buddy. Remember how I said you probably should wait to update your graphics card?
Look, I was dropping so many frames yesterday with Brian and Nick.
I'm back and I'm alone. Oh no.
Oh no.
There you go.
It's okay.
Okay.
I forgive you. I understand the grind, the Sigma male grind set. So.
What is going? Oh, I need the pop out. That's why it was so fucked up. Okay, I know what happened. I know what happened. This is so bad.
No.
Oh,
But
This is
my setups
all
were
right.
getting-
We're gonna start over. We're gonna start over here in a minute.
Oh no.
anyway, Andy, how was your week? As we do some quick reset up here.
My week was interesting. I collaborated with a coworker on solving a problem, and then was given a stern talking to by my supervisor, or what they perceived as me giving litigation instructions to our legal team, instead of like fixing problems at an office like people do at literally every office everywhere.
Dude.
So that was fun. I'm now having to hold back from like sending very snippy emails just to my supervisor that are like, "Hey, can you ask so and so to ask so and so to ask so and so to answer
Yeah.
this question?" Because that's the way you want me to do it. So,
The only way to show them is to show them by
But the-
being annoying.
correct. Yes. Shitty resistance. That is my MO. But no, the real arc of my week has been already discussed. This fucking keyboard with the B on the
Yep.
wrong side. So, you know.
Well,
How dare
How about
they?
you?
Cameras are fixed.
Me, it's been an
Yeah.
interesting week. We are approaching the point where we are going to build a house.
Oh boy.
So, getting down to the nitty gritty, which involves a whole crap ton of digging through financial forms and all that kind of stuff, and loan approval and all kinds of things. That's annoying as hell, but totally necessary.
Sorry,
So it's been a lot of my free time.
I was
Go
a
ahead,
little
Nick.
distracted with stream stuff. This is a loan for what? Or financial stuff for what?
My wife and I are going to build a house.
Nice.
Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Will you make your game room, your office and/or gaming space behind a false bookshelf door in this new home?
Mm.
There should be
Because
wall sconces and candlesticks. Just
my
Ooh,
my
good idea.
brother and his wife are doing a huge renovation on their home, and she decided to make her dream home office, and that includes a concealed door behind a bookshelf, and
That's
they're making
amazing.
it happen. So
That's pretty cool.
sounds amazing.
I'm very
I'm
jealous.
deeply
We're going to
jealous
end
of
up
that.
fully finishing the basement from the start. So that's where I'm going to get to plant myself. It'll be nice.
Smart. Nice. That's awesome, dude. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Stream looks good, Nick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I also was suggested to use Twitch Inspector to make sure there's no issues with like drop frames and stuff, and everything looks good. Okay, sorry for the technical difficulties, y'all. Let's go ahead and head into game. This is not the appropriate music for what is going on in game.
We have music.
We do have music.
No, this is fine. We can
How,
just skip.
what
to the
is playing
victories
and
if you
how
want
should
to.
my face look? How should I be reacting
it's very
to the music?
peaceful right now.
Yeah, it
It's
was.
Oh, okay.
called it's called Waterkeep Night.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
a it's
Yeah,
a
there's
very
like
peaceful.
crickets chirping. There's this weird like. Oh well, never mind. It
Yeah.
just changed.
We're in some gloomy music now.
Someday I'll be able to hear it. I just know it.
So, last we met, last we played, you all survived and met up with the rest of the Grave Wardens in the Hollows and managed to escape from near certain death. From the Rust Brothers who were taking over the Hollows. You fled to the north and met up with the rest of the townsfolk who had fled with Dola and Hogue Marystone, the Stone Singer, who kind of tucked them all nicely into the gold mine north of the Hollows, especially since the Rust Brothers tend to fervently persecute non-humans, and so all the non-humans, well, most of the non-humans escaped into the gold mine. You all met up in the gold mine. You came across some other dwarves that also were taking residence under the mountain to the north. What's y'all's takeaway from that interaction with Torvald Stormeye?
Finally, some allies that are useful, or that might be useful.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to see what we fuck up. Like, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
They will become our new friends.
Fair. Yeah, they seem well, Torvald seems very eager to work with y'all.
Damn.
So
Yeah, means his end.
Yes, Torvald is the leader of one of the clans of dwarves in the Ravenlands, and in fact, his family used to be the builders and leaders of Whaler's Hold before the Alder Wars, when the Rust Brothers took it from them. And legends have said that they're kind of like a wandering, like a nomadic clan of dwarves now. But really, nothing has been heard of them since the Blood Mists arrived. But they arrived nonetheless, and they extended a warm greetings and potential a potential partnership to take down the Rust Brothers. Torvald seems really. Oh, go ahead, John.
Can I just do a quick pun real quick? I guess you could say they're now Whalers forward +1.
Oh
Get
my
it?
God.
Hold one. All right.
We got it.
We
Good,
do-
good job.
We
Good.
got it.
We all got it, John.
Good job, buddy.
I didn't get it.
I'm proud of you.
All right. So,
Looking
Torvald
away at the wall.
has seemed very interested in collecting other allies from other members of the Ravenlands before attacking Whaler's Hold. But you convinced him that it would be in his best interest and everyone's best interest to try and loosen the Rust Brothers' grip of the Hollows first. Give them an opportunity to potentially head back to Whaler's Hold, but demonstrate to the other people of the Ravenlands that the Rust Brothers are defeatable. So he has loaned to you a couple of Storm Singers because you all have a plan to deal with the Rust Brothers, and in particular, Iron Brother Bishop, who is the leader of the Rust Brothers in this area. He is in charge of Whaler's Hold and the Iron Guard, who are the military arm of the church. And so he is effectively occupying the Hollows. Tell us about this plan that you have.
Yeah, I can do that if you want. Do you want me to, guys?
Go for it, John.
What's your plan, buddy?
So our grand strategy, if you will, is to literally go and challenge Bishop, who is the bad guy, to one-on-one religious combat with Wick, the unkillable machine, the man who can only kill things in one hit. And if he decides to be a little crybaby, we're going to dig a big circle to give us some terrain advantage and march out with my brothers, my family, my militant zealots, who will then combat the undead and also, in true fashion, kill everything in one hit. Nothing can go wrong.
Famous last words. Okay.
Glad I was muted for that. That got me.
Just a couple other pieces of context. You all headed down to Torvald's camp to recruit some stone singers to help dig this circle, this island for you to battle on, if you need it. And you discovered that his people look incredibly exhausted. They look like they've been roaming underground through the tunnels for a long time, and they do not look to be in good fighting shape. The Grave Wardens that you managed to save, many of them are injured. Many of them look exhausted as well from the invasion, but many of them do have the fighting spirit still. And are eager to make the most of this situation and get their home back. Are any of you... Is anyone kind of like doubting this plan? What is
I
everyone's
definitely am.
feelings about
100%.
this charge, this goal to retake the Hollows immediately?
I think Wick is a loose cannon, but I always think Wick is a loose cannon. So I mean, I don't know, but what's really horrible about that is that a lot of times his plans end up working. So what the, you know what I mean? Like it shouldn't
crazy
work.
enough to
It
work.
shouldn't work. Yeah, exactly. So, but you know, hey, I go for it. You know, I'm terrified that it's gonna be like one hit and you're gone.
Yeah.
No, I can't be killed in one hit. I kill them in one hit.
Okay,
Maybe you should come and talk to me about it later.
I'm gonna miss you.
Have a little scene as my send-off.
I'll peck your eyes out. All
Oh
right,
my god.
get out of here.
So
I heard that Andy has doubts, though.
Yeah, so it sounds like Cacophony has some
Hardcore.
personal doubts. What about you,
Basil?
Basil?
Never gonna get that money
Uh,
back.
Hardcore skeptical that even if Wick does pull some sort of victory out of thin air, that the other Rust brothers will honor this duel and actually fuck off. Have questions about that, and I have questions about this in general. I think we have other methods to destabilize the Rust brothers without throwing everything at them all at once that we could be using to be more stealthy and considered in our choices. But yeah.
But it sounds like is Basil kind of like keeping that to himself? I mean, there seems to be a lot of activity getting ready to put this plan into action. What is Basil like kind of stepping up to voice dissent, or like
We
what?
had the dissent conversation, I think, last week. I think
Okay.
at this point Basil is resigned to just be helpful,
Okay.
even if the plan is stupid. Because if it all falls apart, he and Chives will just leave.
Fair enough.
Ace.
Oh
The
my
true,
Okay.
true awesome mindset right there. Just
Yeah.
fuck off. That's the real
I-
goal.
I like to think that Basil and particularly Chives have this mentality that like they can go be a protagonist of their own story anytime and just start a vision quest at some point up in the mountains. So
Yeah.
just go with the flow for now.
Yeah. Stay tuned for season 2 of Fable Table, the Basil season.
The Basil table.
Perfect.
Basil
What
Table.
about you, Merrick?
Yeah, Merrick, where you've got a lot of allegiances and a lot of
Merrick has a lot of things going on in his head about this plan. First of all, the fighting alone, 1-on-1 versus Iron Brother Bishop. He thinks this is our best plan because there's no way we're killing him if we're in the middle of a heated skirmish and he's healing off of everybody else that is dying or every undead that is getting killed.
Okay. So you think that
Also,
if Wick can convince Bishop to step out and fight 1-on-1, that's a good idea.
yes,
Okay.
that is our best chance to be able to kill him at this point.
Okay.
Unless we literally eliminate everybody else around him and then try and kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, right now they have the advantageous position, and we're about to create one, a defensive stronghold, maybe a weak one, maybe a temporary one, but instead of fighting on their terms, they'll be forced to fight on ours. So I like the idea of the plan. I'm hoping we can find a way to readily escape if we become overwhelmed, but I'm not too worried about it. There's good and bad things that can happen. Good thing, he accepts a challenge. Awesome.
I
Love
think
it. That's good for
I-
us. Good
There
thing
is an escape hatch.
for you. There is.
No, no, right. But like, I think that was one of the things that, yes, I will fly away and leave y'all. Fuck off. No, I was gonna say, like, that was one of the things we had discussed last week. Was
Okay.
that we were gonna build in like a
Yeah, disposable / actionable rock or bridge or something.
Oh, I needed a
As they
sniper,
jump
a
back.
bird's nest, a sniper
Yeah.
spot.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Oh,
interrupt.
Nick,
I was just
really
like, I thought
hope
we had an escape.
you
plan.
uploaded the
Okay.
map already.
I did. I have the map ready. We can always add
Sorry, go ahead.
like other art assets to it if we need to.
I'll try to finish
Okay,
quick.
go ahead.
Good thing if the Iron Brother Bishop accepts the challenge. Good thing if they decide to send their hordes of undead after us to try to knock us down because we have a good position to fight them. Good thing if they send a couple of Rust Brothers out there who try to cast some spells, maybe I can steal them and turn them against them. Bad thing if they just in mass just march on us and try and kill us, although we have a defensive position. Bad thing if they decide to say, fuck you, and just stare at us, because there's not much we can do to rush their walls. So we'll see. A lot of it will be defining acting on what's in the moment.
Yes. These situations can be very dynamic, especially with me as your GM. What's that, Andy?
Oh, I was just gonna say. Also, at the end of last session, I leveled up and picked up Wild Empathy. So
Ooh.
get ready for lots of discerning realities by talking to animals.
Oh yeah, can you link that for me? Would
Yeah.
love to see that.
Boop.
Oh, it just
It
says.
literally says you can speak with and understand animals.
Oh, that's perfect. I think that's right. We were talking about how that's different from a druid ability, which lets you like understand animals as though.
and physical
Yeah,
materials too,
yeah.
right?
If you get like the advanced version of it, you can like even understand plants and sand and rocks and the wind. Like
I think the
everything
advanced
speaks to you.
I think the advanced version of wild empathy is talking to monsters.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Okay. So, is there any other preparation that needs to be made before we open up on y'all's approach to the Hollows and demanding an audience with Iron Brother Bishop?
I need to
I just
cast a
want to be
spell.
clear though. Like, who all is approaching? Isn't it just Wick? Or are we going out in mass? I thought it was.
Rick
going-
and all of the Moss family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 stone singers.
Aren't
Okay.
I going way ahead of time to go camouflage into some spot so I can
Yeah.
get a sniping angle?
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have
I
Basil
was
and
gonna say I could be skeptical of the plan and still, provide strategic assistance.
Okay.
Range support.
I'm gonna get up on this little hill right here and just turn invisible.
Nice.
Oh, I have John made a battle map for this, so
Oh,
I have not yet shifted us over there.
We're not at that point yet. I still need to cast a spell on Merrick, which I'm gonna
oh,
do
sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
instantaneously, Merrick.
Ooh.
Oh, Merrick, you know what you have?
What do I have, John?
You have telepathy with me.
This is good.
This is good.
I say in my
I-
head.
You know.
Jesus. Okay. So,
That's it. That's all I want.
all right. Any other preparation?
Unless we're doing blessings of magic now. No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I would cast any spells on you until we at least got there.
Alright.
Okay.
Some of my
I mean, they'll
spells are-
notice you cast spells, is the thing.
Sure. Well, I mean, some of my spells are
Yeah, I get you.
contingent on.
I
like,
trust you.
I can cast magic weapon on you now, but I can't cast bless on you until the fight starts.
Okay,
Okay. All right.
that's fine.
So, the next morning you head out early. The Grave Wardens and Rick Moss, at least those who are not seriously injured, all depart with the rest of you. Basil and Chives, if you left earlier that night or very early in the morning, Andy, I know you like your before the sun rises hikes, so if Basil's the same way, I think you're muted.
Very much so. All about that pre-dawn hike.
Yes. So walk me through this a little bit, John, since it sounds like this was mostly your plan. So
This is mostly my plan.
are you all heading, like, where is this kind of trench being dug? How far away from town? And is that digging, the stone singing happening before you all approach the town? Or are you inviting Iron Brother Bishop to come meet you first and then building it? What's the plan?
No, we're not inviting him out to run us down with a billion fucking zombies, right?
Mhm.
That would be dumb. So, first things first, we go to the hills, a mile out of town, so probably pre-dawn to get started during our march, What is a 5-mile, hike with 60 close friends of yours? How long would that take? Like an hour or two? 2-3 hours? I don't know. We're all heavily armed and armored too.
Yeah, a couple hours.
I would say you're moving at like 2 to 3 miles per hour if you've got a big group going.
Okay. A mile out of the hollows on a hilltop, so we have maybe high ground, ? They can see us when the sun rises is the important thing.
Yeah.
And we don't want to get within fireball range, obviously, of
Right.
the city walls, but we want to be noticeable so that we can set up our little defensive work. We can't just immediately get Zerg rushed.
Right.
And then after that goes on, the defense would be made within half an hour, is what the Stone Singer said.
Mm-hmm.
So during that time, Wick would probably walk, with whoever wants to go with him to go challenge Bishop, and
Right.
then, we'd go to like a middle ground area where,
Yeah.
no one side could get immediately rushed / murdered by the other.
Right. Now, I believe you did some sort of check, like a spout lore,
Vision?
or maybe it
Yeah,
was a
I did.
vision. But you understand that Iron Brother Bishop is a very tactical man, but he also can be very like honorable and reasonable. So you have reason to believe that if you approach the town, as long as you're not approaching with violence, like ready to fight, and you don't look aggressive, like you will be received and they will hear you. Like the Rust Brothers, in their own very strange way, like when they approach a town and demand tribute, like they don't escalate unnecessarily. They show up and go, "This is what we want," and towns go, "Yeah,
they
we'll
make
give that."
demands.
Right, yeah.
I respect a good demand. That's
Yeah.
an honest man's thing, right?
Yeah. And
And
they see themselves as being in the controlling position here, but we all know who's really in control here is John.
They're not in control. I am in control.
Okay.
I'm
So-
also very sick. Wick is sick right now.
He is?
Yes, he is sick from staying up all night, having armor put on him, like a weird second skin
Hmm.
made of shovel heads by these dwarf crafters.
Okay. Right. Yes, you have your new very sick shovel armor.
I am sick.
Oh, that's right. You literally took the debility for that. Okay. So who's going with Wick to address the Rust Brothers?
Merrick,
Have
definitely.
fun setting up the camp, Cacophony. We know you're not coming. Merrick?
Bye.
Let's go.
All right. I just yell at the hills. Basil, wherever you are, they should be setting up the sniper post soon. Don't get caught out and die.
Basil will just let a plume of grass into the air somewhere in the distance to let you know that he heard you.
Like a whale. Just I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Or
I'm
actually,
yes, you heard me.
I'm actually gonna say a single flower just floats down on the wind to you and like drops perfectly into your palm. That's how you know.
The fuck? Just drop.
Yeah.
All right. Get off my armor. This is brand new, damn it.
All right.
Oh. Come on, Merrick. Let's go. Have a chat.
All right. Before we go, let me see your weapon.
Oh, which one? And I flex my 9 strength muscles. Boom, boom, and then just a sword sprouts from my gut, like a weird thing appendage, which I will grasp and please anoint my blade.
I shake my head. Weirds me out every time. And then I cast a spell.
Ooh.
A 9. I think I'm going to draw unwelcome attention to myself or put myself in a spot as I cast a spell, magic weapon, on his weapon, which I will post.
Ooh. Weapon you hold while casting this does plus 1d4 damage until you dismiss the spell. While the spell is ongoing, you take -1 to cast a spell. However, you get to ignore the first instance of that with your other move. Okay. You draw unwanted attention to yourself, or put yourself in a spot.
While
In her
saying the
eye
incantation, does his voice crack and then someone notices?
Isn't there like a dark eldritch god associating with my sword now?
Associated now?
Yeah. Well, forever.
I think you're just becoming more clear that there's a dark god who's always been associated with your sword. Yeah,
I'm
Merrick,
shooting out
since all this business with the Veilers, you've been keenly aware that they have magic and even they have magic, and it seemed like other forces have been keeping an eye on you and stealing your magic at times. So you're a little more keenly aware when this is happening. You are sensing in the ether of magic. You are just kind of getting the sense, like you're starting to kind of feel out, like you're noticing when other people are like scrying, like using magic to scry near you, or putting out feelers, looking for magic to steal. And you're getting a sense that this activity is starting again. It's been dormant since you all kind of destroyed their camp, and killed quite a few of the Veilers that were setting up shop in the Daggerwood to the west. And you hadn't noticed anything until now. But it seems like those forces are beginning to activate once again.
I think I keep this to myself. Wick has enough on his mind at the moment.
Okay.
We march along.
All right.
We march in silence because we can talk telepathically.
Fair enough. So you approach the main gate. There are several Rust Brothers and Iron Brothers standing in the ramparts along the wall near the gate, and they just watch you carefully as you approach.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like right within arrow range, so like that 300 feet,
mm-hmm.
and then just straight up ripping off Brad Pitt again from his hit movie Troy. Just shout, "Bishop!" Over and over and over again until he rears his ugly mane.
After a few minutes of shouting this over and over and over, because I'm imagining that you just won't stop.
Bishop! Bishop!
Wick's voice is getting hoarse, but after a few minutes of this, the gate begins to open, and standing there in the middle of the road in town is Iron Brother Bishop. Behind him, from this distance, you can see there are many undead just loitering in the streets. Other Rust Brothers and Iron Guard at his sides. And you can also see some gallows that have been set up in the middle of the square on this side of town. And there are a number of non-human kin, those who chose to stay in town believing that they would be safe, are being made an example of, put in the stocks. And Iron Brother Bishop begins walking out with a cohort of Iron Guard, 2 on each side.
This is an important distinction, if you don't mind me asking. Is it gallows or stocks?
What is the difference?
Gallows is where you hang people.
Oh, stocks.
Okay.
Stocks,
So,
not gallows.
Ed
Thank
is
you.
Not dead is what I'm worried about.
Not dead.
Stock. Got it.
Not dead.
I was about to say, man, this is some grisly shit for ApolloNik.
Sorry.
They just
I mean,
to take him down. Apparently, we were right to rush in there.
Well, okay. To be fair, I mean, yes, that is where you would expect this to go, though, if those people aren't saved. Like, They are extremely prejudiced towards non-humans. They believe that humans are the superior race, and they have no problem killing non-humans. So, not quite yet, but maybe.
Okay. As the cohort approaches, I'm sorry, John. I'll be fast and you're up. As the cohort approaches, Merrick will look around to see if there are people approaching from the right or the left, making sure that we only have one person coming towards us, and then sneak a quick look back to see if the preparations for our own defenses have started.
So, besides digging the trench around the island, you plan on fighting Iron Brother Bishop. What other defenses did you have in mind?
No, I just wanted to make sure the trench is going up, that our defensive position is being created.
Yes.
Because, no, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we only see him approaching. Nobody sneaking up on us on the sides.
Nope. Just him and the 4 Iron Guard. There are like those little like kind of roaming patrols of undead. You can see them off in the distance, but they are not like rushing towards you or anything.
Okay.
As they approach about 150 feet out, no, 150 meters out, they stop.
Okay, so they step out of the gate and then they stop.
Yeah.
Understood.
Well, they march towards you.
We were
And
100 meters away.
yeah,
So
they are totally geared out. They're all wearing plate mail. Iron Brother Bishop has his extremely special kind of like, I don't remember how I described it last time, but it is like a there's just like bands of metal overlapping. It's basically a very specialized plate mail. He has an iron mask in the shape of like a wolf's face. He has the Moss family sword in its hilt at one side. He has another sword at the other, and he also has. That's all he has right now. But his cohort are all equipped with swords, shields. They have bows and arrows ready. And then, of course, behind them on the ramparts are tons and tons of Rust Brothers and Iron Guard, also with long bows. So, like, this is not to say that they are completely exposed and vulnerable, but they came out here to meet you and receive you.
Wow, how kind of them. I keep yelling. Bishop! Over and over until he takes off his fucking helmet and starts speaking like a civilized human being.
He does not take off his helmet, but he does begin speaking.
What a coward. My helmet's off. I don't wear a helmet. This guy.
You are Wick Moss, yes? The one
Why are you
I've heard so
pretending
much
like
about.
You don't know me.
Wait. What? Remind me of your personal
Literally
relationship.
stabbed me in the chest.
Oh, it was him, wasn't it?
He stole my fucking sword, yes.
Okay. Well, I don't remember if he was
laughed
there
maniacally
personally.
when he did it.
He was the one that did it, and not Brother Rook?
Well, he helped, but they were all...
Okay.
We were in it... We
Okay,
were a
all right,
family!
then let me
We were a family
then let
of
me
fallen
rephrase.
brothers, and this fucker forgot me?
No.
Oh!
Sorry, that was me forgetting.
On.
Give me another chance, John. Give me another chance.
Okay.
Wick, good morning. It's good to see you again. We didn't quite get a chance to exchange pleasantries yesterday. What can I do for you?
Okay. Wick internalizes his anger. He suppresses it deep down inside. Man, he wants to kill this dumb fuck. Okay. Wick breathes in, breathes out. I challenge you to the right of ascendancy.
You do you?
Yep.
You would like to join our brotherhood.
Well, I'm gonna kill you and replace you, but yes.
There are chuckles from the other Iron Guard. And you can hear chuckles from him because we can't see his face, but you're imagining that he is grinning. And what, pray tell, gives you the idea that you could defeat me in one-on-one combat?
I am empowered by our god.
Rust.
I'm bold-faced lying to him, yeah.
Rust has blessed you. Is that...
Yeah,
That's
look
what
at
you're-
me! I've been reborn as a killer! Oh, I've been given the opportunity to avenge myself. You are but iron, scraping against me, making me sharper. You are the greatest gift Rust has ever given me. And now I'm going to kill you and replace you unless you are a craven coward who cannot stand in front of his god and die like a man. Fight me. Fight me.
The mood gets very serious all of a sudden. And he pauses and considers your words. There is a pregnant pause. You've already sought your revenge with Rook. I hear you were the one who struck him down. Is that right?
I was stabbed 5 times, and don't you dare pretend your hands aren't covered in my blood. You may be able to trick these dumbasses, but you cannot trick the man you stabbed and stole from. You are dishonorable. Now is your opportunity to prove me wrong and redeem yourself in the eyes of your god.
Give me a charisma check, please.
Is this a demand? It's the same roll. I think that's gonna convince him.
That's a 13. That's very nice. So, I don't know if it's necessarily him you convince. However, you are putting him in a spot with his men. You're kind of playing right into the Rust Church of Rust philosophy of like, you need to demonstrate strength. Like, you need to put yourself through adversity, and only the strong should survive. You're calling him a coward for having like not fought you before and taken advantage of you and lied to you and stolen from you. And so like his men, and those who are on the ramparts probably hearing you yell all of this, I'm imagining.
The undergoons. The fucking flunkies.
Yeah. No one's laughing.
Like, what?
No one is chuckling anymore.
Real? Is this legit? Oh my god.
Yeah. So you're kind of putting him on the spot. And he very stoically considers this, and you can imagine the calculus running through his head. And he eventually, after a moment, responds, "Very well, Rick Moss. You may have your opportunity to join our brotherhood after all."
You mean my brotherhood?
Not a member of the Moss family, rejected by your own. Not a member of our order, rejected by us. You are fighting
Betrayed.
and clawing your way, trying to matter in this world. And I will show you that you do not.
Why would Rust put so many trials in my way, if not to overcome them? I must truly be his most beloved child. Let the world turn against me, Bishop. I don't need allies to ascend. And then I point towards the hill that my army is at. I'm like, we're over there. My family, the true believers of Rust, shall observe me beat your ass. You may bring whoever you wish.
Very well. I will see you there in an hour. Come prepared, Wick Moss.
I'm so fucking ready.
My
My eyes bleed.
Fuck. He turns around with his cohort, and they begin to head back towards the hollows.
All right, we turn around. I'm not afraid to get shot in the back, but Merrick might be. So
I will turn
boldly
around
walk
and
away.
turn around and look at nothing. But in my head, I will say, "Well done, Mike. You left him no out."
I never had one. We walk in silence.
So back at the battleground, the what are we calling this? The ring? I think you named this file, John.
Yeah, that's a ring.
Back at the ring, Cacophony, you are. Well, Basil, you're there too, but I think you're just staying stealthy, or are you hanging out and then getting stealthy?
We are both just already hidden. We've just been there.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
From your hiding spots, you watch as these, I think it was 6 stone singers or 3? I don't quite recall, however many. 3.
We had 3 agreed. We didn't want too many because they're all kind of worn down and exhausted. So this is good.
Right. So they, in unison, are singing a song together. It is not a song with words, but every now and then, one of them will take a break from stone singing, and they will continue participating in the song, adding words. But from what you're observing, the moments that they are actually moving Earth require them to whistle, hum, or just chant. And they are performing really beautiful music. And from what you can tell, the moments where they're doing the most complex movements of Earth, they are like hitting some really sophisticated harmonies. And so like the songs that they're creating almost seem like they're alive and are written like by the work that they're doing. They're like, as they're each singing, there is like kind of a give and take, kind of like it's both performing the music that creates the magic, but it's also sort of communicating like, hey, this is what I'm going to be doing if you could do that. Like there is they are literally in concert together in all meaning of the words. And it's a really beautiful thing to observe in this really tense and confusing moment where all of these grave wardens are kind of loitering around, preparing and wondering what to expect, but also like getting ready in case shit hits the fan. So there is a lot of tension in the air, but just this kind of beautiful moment of music as they prepare a battlefield for your companion. Yeah. So
long words.
Champion.
For your champion, that's a great word. So are the two of you hidden together, or are you in separate positions? Is there anything you'd like to say or do in this moment?
I think separate positions just so we can cover more ground. But okay, so like crows can mimic. So I think that they've worked out like a series of calls or sounds that she can call out to let Basil know, like if she sees something from where she is that won't alert them to her presence.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. After a while, you see Wick and Merrick returning in quiet contemplation, solemn faces. And by the time you get back, the work is done. This battlefield is prepared. So why don't we go ahead and move to that map?
I would love to. Guys, behold all of my wonders and despair.
Ooh, nice.
So here we are, the ring.
I like it.
So I've placed everyone in a position. We don't really have like a lot of the space beyond this immediate area, but Basil, Chives, Cacophony, if y'all want to be further away, we'll just theater of the mind it. That's totally fine.
North in this image is towards the city or away from the city?
North is away from the city.
Okay, got it.
South is towards the hollows. Okay. Does anyone want to have any scenes with anyone before we jump ahead to Iron Brother Bishop's arrival at the battlefield?
And I ask a nearby hummingbird to do some recon for me in the city.
Sure. A hummingbird, you
Uh,
say?
Yeah, well, Chives is, scratching his face, and he gets a couple of rhododendron blossoms stuck in the eye sockets of the skull on his horn, and naturally, a hummingbird comes over to like drink out of them. And while he's nearby, I decide to ask for a little assistance since he's being nourished by my buddy.
Yeah. Okay, so your ability allows you to speak with and understand animals. What kind of climate? Well, we have hummingbirds here in the Northwest, so the cold probably, I guess, doesn't bother hummingbirds too much as long as it doesn't get too cold.
No, they love it.
I've always imagined the Ravenlands as kind of like a temperamental climate. So not too cold,
Temperate?
not too hot.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing.
Oh wait, temperate.
Temperate.
Yes, not temperamental
Or-
climate. Temperate.
Temperamental. I'm like, oh no, what's happening? Hurricanes?
Yeah, well, that's the blood mist. That's the temperamental
right.
climate. Okay. So just because you have the ability to talk with animals doesn't mean they're necessarily going to cooperate. So let's have
I
a
figured this would
conversation.
be a discern realities or something like that. But however you want to have it.
Yeah. So you, as you're just waiting here, listening to the music, a hummingbird is drawn to the area, and specifically, I'd imagine drawn to some of like the flowers in your hair or in Chives's skull. And so a hummingbird eventually approaches you, unknowing that you are there because you are invisible, undetected, thanks to your other ability. So how do you?
So out of the camouflage silence, Basil leans over to where this bird is comfortably drinking and just goes, "Hey."
Hi. How's it
Okay.
going?
Oh, we got it. Okay. It's good. I hope that flower is tasty.
It's great. I didn't see you there. How are you? What are you doing there?
I'm just enjoying the view and hanging out. And you can see some of my friends over here doing some fancy things to the ground.
Yeah, it's really wild. I've never seen that before. It's a beautiful morning though, and lovely music.
Yeah. Have you ever been in that town that's over there?
Oh, yeah, sometimes.
They got good flowers in there?
Not really.
Okay. Well, my friend here, whose skull you're eating out of, he's really good at finding the best flowers, and I bet if you helped us out a little bit, he could find some of the really tasty ones for you.
That would be lovely. Though I'm a little freaked out because I've never drank out of someone's skull before.
I mean, how is it so far? Thought you said it was tasty.
Well, the flowers are good, so more pleasant than I thought it would ever be. All right, what do you need me to look for?
This is a secretly closeted emo hummingbird, by the way, who's suddenly realizing that they're into skulls and shit. Well, we want to know what sort of forces are amassing behind the walls of the town right there. I want to know if everybody's coming out to watch the fight, or if there's some people hanging out who might be about to start some shit. We'd like a little inside info.
Oh, well, it smells awful over there. There's a lot of dead things over there. They're moving around, but they're dead. There's a lot of them. There's also a lot of living people there, too. Where do you live? Do you live there? It's kind of weird to live there, though, now that there's so many dead things living there.
Why did I pick a fucking hummingbird? Do you think you could go and maybe give me a count and give us a sense of what we're up against over here? Basil is still very skeptical that the Rust brothers are going to honor this, and so I'm just convinced that whenever this battle is done, or while this battle is happening, something else is going to be happening.
Fair enough. The hummingbird immediately just bolts, flies off in that direction.
Fly safe.
It flies back. Thank you.
Yeah.
Name the
Do I need to
NPC.
discern- do I-
Quick Wing
do I need
Skull
to-
Drinker, says Shadow in the chat. Thanks, Brian.
Sure. Happy to help.
Do I need to discern realities to get this bird's info, or is the
No,
talking
they'll
enough?
tell you when they come back.
Excellent. Oh, what a nice little bird.
Yeah. I mean, you've provided them lovely nectar in Chives' skull flower, so, you know, what reason do they have not to believe that you'll have more?
Yep.
We will.
Yeah. Okay. So, while Quick Wing Skull Drinker is taking count, any other scenes anyone wants to have?
Nothing from Cacophony? There's no one you want to engage with? You're just a pure observer?
I'm in a tree. I'm in a tree.
You can
Who
fly
am I
back
engaging
into it.
with, Wick?
I don't know. Whoever you want.
I mean,
just
I
trying to
guess I
call
could
people
like
out.
start to, you know, the slow descent into madness and start talking to like, you know,
Yourself.
a pine cone, my own feathers. I don't.
Cacophony
There's nothing
looks
to talk
across the battlefield and sees Basil's position. There's just a hummingbird flying there, and she somehow picks him out and can see he's actually talking to it. And then she's like, "Should I try that out?"
I mean, I am a bird. Can I understand other birds? Probably not. No,
Would Cacophony have like jealousy that Chives has another bird friend?
I think so. I think
Hmm.
she's like, who the fuck is that bitch?
How?
What, is she younger than me? How dare you?
What does Chives think of that bird? Fuck.
Another worthy vassal for the Lord
Yeah. I was
of
gonna
Darkness.
say.
Merrick.
You know that scene in Mad Max where Morton Joe just goes mediocre. That's what Chives thinks when he sees pretty much every animal.
Chives is very judgmental.
Uh-huh.
I love Chive so much. He's
Uh,
my favorite.
So Merrick, Rick Moss approaches you, while everyone is waiting, and says, Merrick, I wanted to talk to you before all of this began. I don't think I've ever quite said it, but I want to thank you for all you've done for the Moss family kitchen.
Oh, fuck, that's a death flag if I've ever.
Seeing what you have done these last few months, it occurs to me that your talents are quite lost, or quite misused, misplaced, having you work in a kitchen. I wish we had identified your talents much sooner. You would have made a fantastic Grave Warden.
That's not the life for me.
No?
No, standing guard, hunting down undead. No, I prefer being out where I can observe and see and learn. Learn a lot in the kitchen. You hear a lot of thoughts. You meet a lot of people.
Fair
Plus,
enough.
I like food.
Eric, food motivated.
The conversation becomes very superficial and he doesn't really know what to do with it. Like, I'm not one for small talk. Talking about food, well, all the
Thank
same.
you. I thank you for your kind words.
Yes, well, whatever this is that you enjoy doing, if all of it changes today, I wish you luck in whatever comes next.
Telepathically from the totally not eavesdropping Wick. Just hey, ask him what he thinks about what's going on.
What's your read on this situation here?
Give me a wisdom check, please.
Okay.
That's a 12. Okay. So Rick kind of he's been kind of buttoned up this entire time. You know, he's the leader of all these men. Even though a lot of them over the last, like during the battle, looked to Wick for direction, and you sensed a lot of trust in Wick from many of the Grave Wardens during that fight. But Rick is also playing the part, but his kind of demeanor changes a little bit with you. He was like kind of opening up to you and vulnerable, and in that moment where he shared his thoughts about you and your talents, but that kind of shifts a little bit, and you get this kind of almost self-reassuring response. It's more for him than it is for you, but he says, the Grave Wardens are come from a proud tradition. We are some of the best trained warriors in all the Ravenlands. We will win today. If Wick is unsuccessful, or if it comes to it and we need to fight the Rust Brothers, we will be able to settle this, especially with your help.
Of course.
And your friends. Where is that Basil? I haven't seen him all day.
Oh, he's around here somewhere.
Hmm.
Usually I can smell him before I can see him.
What does he smell like?
In.
Flowers, mostly.
Can't
Then
say I've
a
smelled
little
too many
bit like-
flowers.
No.
I-
Think of
I
like
will
flowers
say-
and a goat, like mixed in together in like a mush.
Yes, that chives. I am picturing the smell, but flowers have
like
never been a big part of
hint
my
of, like,
life.
Seasoning.
Well, Dola started putting flowers on all the tables in the kitchen, and it did certainly help the smell of the kitchen, wouldn't you say?
Well, I mean, Cedric.
Oh,
It kind of takes it away.
well, maybe if we all make it back to the kitchen, we'll put a lot of flowers in the kitchen with you, like the kitchen's kitchen with you. Or maybe we'll just throw Cedric in the lake every now and then.
Every once in a while. Good for his soul.
You know, he's quite the heavy gin drinker, but
Okay.
we...
Nice to see it's going on.
Jesus.
All right, I'm trying to world build here, okay?
Just Cedric and his gin addiction. He's not gonna live after this.
What? The gin helps him smell as pleasant as possible, okay?
I just want to say the literally the first line in the look of Basil and Chives is a whiff of leaf mold on the air.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I do remember you bringing that one up during character creation. Okay. Rick changes the tone once again and says, "So, with all of your magic, Merrick, is there anything you'll be able to do to help Wick?"
No. I've already spun a little bit of magic, and I'll do some more right before the fight starts. But really, what we have to watch out for is if one, Wick falls, or if two, the Rust brothers that accompany him decide to break this mini truce of a duel that we have going here.
Yes. I
Do
am
not focus on our brother Bishop. We must bring his compatriots down first, and
yes.
then bring him down. I will see if I can do what I can to forestall their magics and to hold them in place. But let Wick have his chance first. That is our single best chance of victory, because even if we come away advantageous here, if it's not with a one-on-one victory, we'll have trouble taking the Hollows back.
You've been traveling with Wick and fighting alongside him. What would you, if you had to be a gambling man? Are you putting money on Wick or on this Iron Brother Bishop?
Well, if I thought this didn't have a chance of working, I wouldn't be here. Wick will have his due. Plus, you saw Brother Bishop in the fight. We're not beating him when he has undead around him. We're not beating him when he's surrounded by Rust Brothers. This is our chance. We have to take it.
And as you say this and look off into the distance towards the hollows, Rick's jaw drops, and maybe yours does too. Because what you see marching forward is a legion of Rust Brothers, Iron Guard, and Undead, all led by Iron Brother Bishop, all headed towards this spot.
Not too bad.
Okay, just gonna level with you, John. He is bringing
Only 5,000 people.
He is bringing a lot of undead with him, which means he is going to have a lot of life force to drain with his sword. You are going to have to deal with that if you're going to kill him.
Hang on, I thought it was only when they died, like again.
That is not exactly how it works.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Now, that is not to say that this is an unbeatable fight. It definitely is.
I'm going to kill him in one hit, Nick.
Okay. All right. So, the way I'm setting up this challenge, this duel, is there's going to be a couple of obstacles that you're going to need to overcome if you are going to kill him, and I will articulate them when we get to that point. But don't expect just like, all right, let's roll one hack and slash, then we'll decide this fight. Like,
oh no, we're not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to show him a god he wasn't expecting to be here.
Fantastic. Okay. So, quite literally an army is approaching you all. And as they draw extremely close, as they draw near, Rick and the rest of the Grave Wardens are getting really nervous. They were not expecting this many to leave the city, and to head this way. And I think the reality of the situation is starting to dawn on those who were in self-denial, and that is that if it comes down to an all-out battle, the numbers just aren't there, especially here where y'all are like completely exposed.
I will tell everyone to run away if that is what is advisable.
You advise Rick, and he says, "No, we need to stand our ground. We need to be prepared to fight. If you lose, Wick, this will be where we take our stand."
I look at all of the other people who are looking at this madman who is like desperately holding on to like the last ounces of his youth, and is clearly looking for somewhere to die.
He gulps.
Wick does not blink. He bleeds. Rick, don't let our people die here.
But what if you fall, Wick, to this? Or let's say you defeat this Iron Brother Bishop, and you're standing before this force, having just killed their leader. You'll die. You would have us abandon you.
Yeah. But if he dies, I have the sword, and in which case, I'm not gonna go down that easily, Chief.
If there were a sword that could get you through that fight, The Moss family sword would be the one. And he pauses. Looks away for a moment. You and your friends. You came back to the Hollows. You saw what we were up against. And you decided to stay and fight. You led my men, those on the south end, who were surely going to die. You kept them alive long enough to meet up with my forces and escape. I did not expect that of you.
Why?
After the way you let down the family and let these monsters take our family sword, let them disgrace you, I think I expected nothing from you but more disappointment, and you've begun to change my mind. That perhaps I was wrong.
You want to know the secret?
I would hear your wisdom.
All you gotta do to change people's minds is act. You gotta stick to your conviction. Sometimes people will look at you like a crazy person. But that's just the sacrifice we make.
A moment ago, I was trying to do just that by saying we need to stand our ground, and yet
No.
you and my men
You
look at
weren't
me as though I'm
sacrificing.
crazy.
You're not sacrificing something that you have. The whole point of a sacrifice is getting rid of something you need for something else in the future. I look to our family, who is probably eavesdropping or glancing at us. What you need, Rick, is not what they need.
He is just staring at the hollows.
The town isn't important. The people in there, right now, who are probably going to die, regardless of what we do here, they don't matter. Most of our family does not matter either. The Moss family has always been their strongest when there is fewer of us. What you need to do is look to the future. And if we must trade things such as our lives to guarantee that future, then it is our mortal obligation to do so.
You would have me take what fraction of our people managed to escape and find a new home?
Spread the knowledge that you have. We have spent generations perfecting the unmaking of undead. Think of what that could do in the hands of a dwarf stone singer who has the power to quite literally make an avalanche. Look towards the goats, whose I believe they can jump like 40 feet vertically, man. Those guys are crazy.
I think
The
I saw
bird
someone
people-
jump 50.
The bird people, don't trust them because you can't trust someone who can fly away. They're not grounded, you could say.
I hear they have a summer slam jump contest to see who can jump the highest in the
Yeah,
mountains.
something to do with coconuts or eating corpses or something. Who cares about
Anyway.
them? We don't, just disregard them. That's the one thing Rust got right, okay? He didn't get a lot right, but that was the one thing. Rick? Don't let little Ricky die like a dog because you want to die here with me. Your coolest, most talented, best and humble grandson. I grab his head with my shovel imprinted hands, my gauntlets, if you will.
He looks at you, perhaps for the first time in a very long time in your memory. He looks at you with no contempt. His contempt tokens are gone.
Good.
I hear what you are saying, Wick, and I don't think I can imprint it on my heart, your words, quite yet. But
You're too old. It's okay.
Perhaps, but what I think I can do is focus on what I can do now. Just put my mind and heart to a task, and perhaps we can go assist these dwarves, help retake their home and spread the word of their need and their fight. But, and he puts his hands on your shoulders, we assured their king, Torvald, that we would make an example that we could
Bishop
use to
will
spread the
die.
word. Good
Don't
luck.
worry about that.
Um,
I give him a good old hazing of just punching him in the stomach. But, you know, I have no strength at all. So it's like, aha, gotcha. So that he can end his memory of me hating me, which ultimately is the norm.
he's just reeling, grabbing his stomach. He like steps behind you, and he like looks at all the Grave Wardens, and he just like does the wrap it up, let's head out motion, and everybody starts packing up and heading back towards the gold mine. Right as Iron Brother Bishop's crew comes over the crest of another hill, and as they draw near. So, all of the Grave Wardens are going to depart. How badly is everyone shitting their pants right now?
Not at all. Are you kidding me? This is the best opportunity ever.
I'll go ahead and mention it as well. I believe the Stone Singers have left as well.
Good.
Unless you need them to stay.
A person devoted to true camouflage is willing to shit themselves just as a matter of course.
This is fair and
That's
based.
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and reveal. Oh wait, what's that? Why is there a circle down here?
Oh, I thought we were gonna fight there, so I did that.
John's preparing to fireball. That's
I
all.
cannot delete it. I literally cannot click on it. It's
Okay.
wedged at a certain level.
There you go. All right. So Iron Brother Bishop and his forces begin to arrive.
There they are.
There they are. And with basically no force opposing them, they'll probably begin to surround the whole
The
ring.
whole hole?
The whole hole.
Alright.
Yeah.
Eric, get the fuck out of here!
Put my hand on his shoulder and be like, "May Worm bless you. Good luck." And I'll say it out loud, not in my head. And I will cast Bless on him as the fight is about to begin.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and cast your spell. That's an 8.
I believe this Bless is going to go off and then I'm going to lose it.
Okay.
This is your chance.
Cool.
Best of luck. Take +1
Plus
ongoing.
one. Oh,
Very good.
okay.
All right.
And then I will back away. Am I encircled by Rust Brothers and Undead as I back away to the outside of the circle?
Yeah, they begin to filter around the battlefield. They do not appear to be threatening you in any way. Like, like they're getting close to you, but they make no sign of like drawing their weapons or making any aggression towards you.
Yeah, I'll keep my weapon sheath and just have my hand on that staff and just lean against it for a little bit as I stare out in the middle.
Okay. Basil, you are completely camouflaged along with Chives, so you're good.
Did Skull Drinker come back?
Yes.
It doesn't
Yes.
matter.
He's letting me know if extra people are staying behind or if some other funky shit is happening.
Fair.
This is actually good information.
Based information.
Hey!
I'm sorry.
Hey, are you still here?
By the way, since the Rust Brothers are nearby, I immediately snatch him out of the air and like very slightly release his beak so he can talk quietly.
I didn't like that.
Quiet.
To be clear, like no one else can hear this hummingbird talking. Like it's just making.
Doesn't know that.
It's just
It feels loud to Basil
Fair.
Because he's also in camouflage mode, so he's like every noise is giving him away when he's
Fair.
in camouflage mode.
fair.
Hence shitting himself.
It smells pretty bad over here. Did you shit yourself? Where's your instinct to move away from that? Anyway,
Camouflage requires commitment.
whatever that means. Yeah. So most of the dead things have walked with some of the living things over here. There's still some dead things in the town, and some of those things that smell like metal. Those metal people. But a lot of them are here too. There were some people out in the open. They look like they got caught in traps.
Wait, some people out in the open who got caught in traps? What do you mean?
Yeah. Like their heads and arms are stuck in traps. You know, sometimes people like people like you, like they make traps for animals. It looks like a bunch of people are stuck in traps.
There's like bear trap people in this army?
Mm-hmm.
That was rhetorical to the squad.
I
right.
don't know.
think
Thank you.
It's the people in the
Skullbreaker.
stocks.
Yes,
right?
they are referring to people
Okay.
in the stocks, but they don't have the concept of.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay.
Oh yes, the punishment tools.
They're stuck in traps.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of them.
And then I'll be right back.
Okay, we're about to go to break anyway. Okay.
Skull Drinker, do you think that your beak is fine enough to pick the locks on those traps?
I don't know what you're saying.
All right, I've hit the threshold of too complex of a thought
Okay.
for a hummingbird.
Yep.
Hey, how many were inside still? Would you say of the metal smelling and dead smelling things?
I can't count. I'm a bird.
Okay.
If they were flowers, would you call it a feast or a snack?
Ooh. You're asking how many undead and Rust Brothers there are?
Yeah, if they were all flowers, would you call it a feast or a snack?
Oh, definitely a snack compared to what it was before.
Okay.
It was
Basil has
it
run
was
out-
a
run
big
out of
field,
patience.
and now it's like
Tosses the bird away into the air.
What? it flies
And then-
immediately back to you and is like, "Do you have another flower?
Oh yes.
Do you have some nectar?"
Sorry, I owe you for your hard work. Good job. And I point to Chives, who slightly moves to be visible in his camouflage, and there's a bunch of flowers in his skull. Great, rich in nectar, tasty shit.
All right. The camera will cut to Chives and his just beady goat eyes staring at this hummingbird that's eating directly out of his head. And it flies away. And the camera pans away, or it just twists around, swivels to see Wick, who is just being surrounded by enemies on all sides on this island that he compelled the king of one of the dwarven clans to make for him. And we will find out what happens, what fate awaits Wick on the other side of our break. We will be right back.
Oh, brother Bishop.
Welcome back to Fable Table. And John is excited. Wick, you are being surrounded by
That's fine.
Rust Brothers, undead, and the like. I'm not going to bother moving all my individual tokens because that would just take too long, and I didn't spend my break doing that either. Merrick is backing off, heading up another hill. Are you staying close, or are you leaving with the Moss family to head back to the mine?
No,
Observe your friend's end or view it telepathically.
I'm staying close enough that I'm probably going to be right around the surrounding undead and Rust Brothers. I will stay here.
A Rust Brother shouts after you. You do not want to watch your friend's demise?
No, I'm staying there. I'm literally where I'm standing.
Oh, you are. Oh, sorry. You are there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, Rust Brothers, Iron Guard, they'll, like, come near you. They'll give you a respectful amount of space, recognizing you as an enemy. But they don't seem interested in, like, they're kind of eyeing you, but they're here to watch as much as you are. There are undead that they basically are ordering from this distance. You can kind of see a little bit more about how their undead magic works, but basically, and you've kind of seen this, when you've killed a Rust Brother, there are a number of undead that just fall, like what the magic is severed, and there is no longer animation happening and control. So, like, some Rust Brothers are kind of guiding some undead along with them. Cacophony is up in a tree. You probably know where she is, but she is not spotted because she's got good cover, and eyes are not on the surrounding trees. All eyes are in the middle. As Iron Brother Bishop steps up to one of these stone bridges that you had created for him, Wick. He has the Moss family sword that he draws out. He has his same armor on, but he now, in his other hand, his offhand, he has like kind of a narrow tower shield lashed to his arm. If you've seen Sword Art Online, which I know you have, John, it's a tower shield like Heathcliff has.
Oh, okay.
Kind of not like a huge wide one, but more narrow.
That's a bad guy, right? From the first season?
Yeah, Kirito duels him and he cheats.
Don't you dare invoke my senpai's name! Alright, let's fight.
Okay. Got
Shannon with that one!
You really did. Yep.
We did. We got her. We got her good.
Oh, Wick stands up,
so-
having been resting on this little mound he originally designed for Basil to snipe at. Takes a step off. What the hell?
I wasn't quite done. On his shield is this symbol, the symbol of rust. There you go.
Well, now that I know what the symbol is like, I would have gone the extra step to make this ritual site and not massacre a little bit more flavorful and carved his symbol within the dirt.
Excellent.
Here, what's his color? I'll do the little doodle real quick.
A perfect
Oh.
stick figure.
Thank you. There you go.
Very good.
Join me, Brother Bishop. It's about time we do this legit, rather than you stabbing me like a coward.
He ignores your comment.
Remember the last time we did this? How I was unarmed and unarmored, and you stabbed me with my family sword, which you now wield like a degenerate? Holding stolen valor, I see. You didn't even put the finishing blow!
at the time, you were not worth consideration as a worthy opponent, but...
Oh, but I got you all the way up to where you're at now, huh? I'm a useful little stepping stone.
You
But
were.
you couldn't take me if you were a real man. An honorable man. I'm trying to goad him, Nick.
You are, because you're not letting him talk.
Yes, exactly.
He chimes. He's like kind of like looking over his equipment. Like he doesn't even seem to be taking you that seriously.
You can't even trust in your armor. You have to watch every little thing. The control freak. Step on the flat so we can begin this little show. We get it. You have a small penis.
Let me go ahead and move all this to this.
Come
drawing
on,
to
give
the
me a
map later.
freaking charisma check to goad him into action.
We will see here. So not quite yet. He basically takes up. I mean, you saw him fighting in the Hollows. He has absolutely impeccable form, and he takes a very defensive stance. He kind of steps. He does step towards you.
If he crosses that line, it's on.
Yeah, like he is shield and sword up, and he begins walking towards you. But he takes some space up. He begins moving into the center. He's not gonna let you like back him into a corner.
That's fine. As he steps up, so do I. And if we are in combat, then something is going to happen in his little iris, Nick.
Yes.
Do you want me to re-roll my 11?
Yes, please. I know we have linked here in the chat a couple spells and your evil eye move, but that was not during play. That was during a break, John. So I'm going to need you to roll your evil eye.
I'm full for it.
When you enter
Guys,
combat.
for those of you who don't know, I'm addressing the audience. Hang on. I leveled up last session, and as such, I gained 1 attribute point, which I put into charisma. But also, I got an advanced move. This move is busted. I highly recommend you all look at it in your PDFs. I'm sure we hand those out. It is called Evil Eye, and I'm gonna roll a 6, Nick. Are you fucking kidding me?
John, you have +3 charisma, and you rolled a 1 and a 2.
I rolled a 1 and a 2, Nick.
Go ahead and mark XP, John, because you
I
have
would love to
failed.
mark XP. Well, there goes all my prep for bringing in Vale.
What did you have planned? What was this supposed to look like?
Well, unfortunately, it wasn't in play. So we just don't get to know.
Yeah.
Oh.
You catch his eye and try and stare him down to intimidate him. You try goading him on, getting him to take an aggressive stance, and it's the worst outcome. He does nothing.
Yeah.
He waits for
does
you.
Nothing. Wow.
He
He doesn't even talk.
No, he says nothing. And as you're trying to goad him on, the audience here of Rust Brothers, it's the Rust Brothers in particular. The Iron Guard, they are stoic. They are standing here just watching, arms folded, hands on hips. They are taking this seriously, but the kind of like less, somehow less disciplined Rust.
Hang on. I forgot bless. That is a 7.
Bless. Yes, you are blessed. You take +1 ongoing so long as battle continues. Okay, that is a 7. So, go ahead and...
Hang on, let me roll the 7. I think
Okay,
it's just hold
can you
one.
stop rolling 10 pluses, please? Holy fuck,
Holy
John!
I wanted to just make a point, Nick.
Crazy aberration.
I'm just making a point as I go ahead and
1, 2,
subtract.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 successes in a row.
Let me walk back a thing. I'm so sorry for forgetting
Oh my
you,
God.
Merrick.
It's okay.
The chat. The chat did not help me, but I helped myself, guys.
Where's your...
I'm walking it back.
Yeah, let's walk
You
it
know,
back.
he's not looking at me at first. He's like, wait a minute. Didn't this guy have a worm cleric? Just bless him. And he looks up, sees my eye. And not only does he see the little... Wasn't there like a worm snake that literally just like crawled up on my shoulder the first time you casted this?
Mhm.
He sees that. But also, seeing the big red marker of rust. It goes to my iris, my pupil even. This red rim around a black dot, much like a red hooded figure, standing watching him. And as he sees the trail of red starting from the pupil, going down into my eyelid, I can casually approach him, right?
Okay, so the way this works, Evil Eye, on a partial success on your 7, hold 1. Spend your hold to make eye contact with an NPC present who freezes or flinches and can't act until you break it off. So here is my interpretation of this. So Iron Brother Bishop is taking just an absolutely perfect defensive stance. Between that and the fact that his sword and its magical properties are going to allow him to heal any injuries that he sustains from you, like, you're gonna have to overcome this obstacle, like breaking through his defense, dealing with the fact that he is going to be healing damage, and that he is, like, this defensive stance, what this mechanically represents is he is going to have any damage that you do. So I'm not even gonna bother making you roll hacks and slashes, because you just cannot kill him and make progress until you deal with this obstacle.
Well, the first thing that we're dealing with, as I casually walk him like a statue, perfect form, quite literally, cannot act.
Right.
I am going to use my own magical sword, and in true Wick fashion, destroy the Wick, or the Moss family sword, with a good old thing that you have reminded me once of before, but it's called Ben Bar's Lift Gates.
Ooh.
And if the sword is not just a sharp bar, what is it truly?
I mean, yeah, basically. It's a very refined metal bar. Okay, so...
Wait, the Moss family sword isn't magical in some way, other than healing you?
It can't defend, or it doesn't act on its own.
But it's not made of anything beyond simple metal?
It is metal, but it has been enchanted.
It has those magical properties? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Cool.
So just let me double check Benbar's lift gates when you use pure strength to destroy an inanimate object. Or inanimate obstacle. So...
This sword's an obstacle from me. You literally said the word obstacle.
So the sword is not the obstacle. The obstacles are he is defending himself. He is having the damage. He is not going on the offensive. He's not even going to try and hurt you. The other obstacle is that he can heal himself. So it's not just the sword. But so this is exactly why we have messy tags on weapons. So what tags does your weapon have, Wick?
It has sharp and the ones that give +2 to damage. I'm not sure.
Let me look at
But
your
it's not
sword.
the messy tag.
Nice.
Contempt has sword, close, spikes, serrated edges. Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, it still says spear. Yeah, but I can just like grab it with my bare hand, right, and just break it.
Okay, so let's narrate this a little bit and kind of characterize what these rolls and these moves mean. Okay, so you begin to attack him, and he is parrying, he is blocking with his shield.
Well, okay, Nick.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I can literally walk up to him. I'm not attacking him. I'm making direct eye contact. He's literally staring at Vale. Fucking eldritch being from beyond the veil.
Oh, okay.
In that moment of distraction, I would like to step aside his shield while he is conveying with the image of another god, grab his sword, with my bare hands, if I must, stabbing myself in the process. I do not. If I have to ram my body onto it and break it off in my rib cage or sword hole, I will do so.
All right. Sorry. I misunderstood your description of this evil eye. I thought you were just kind of locking eyes with him and staring intensely, but you are projecting a supernatural image of Vale into his mind. Okay. Yeah, so this kind of catches him off guard for a minute. for a moment, and you approach. His eyes are like flickering back and forth nervously between you and this image of Vale. This is just simply something he was not expecting. I think if you had narrated this differently, it would be a completely different story. But yes, you can approach him for a moment, and you have a brief moment to act here.
I would like to break his sword.
Okay, give me Ben Bar's lift gates.
All right. I rolled a 6 and then a million.
A million 10
10
pluses.
So I think I burned out some luck to make a point. This is strength. It is +1 from Bless. Guys, Rust, you love me, baby. You're gonna love me no matter what I do.
Ooh.
Son of a bitch.
Damn. Oh my god.
That is
Oh.
3 1s in a row. I choose none and kill him in 1 hit instead. Oh.
Okay. So here, mark XP. Here's what this means. I think you walk up very confidently, wielding this supernatural force, catching Iron Brother Bishop off guard. You place your hand on the sword and prepare to break it. And there's a moment where you look down at the Moss family sword, and you break off eye contact. And in this moment, Iron Brother Bishop collects himself, and he slashes at you.
That's fun.
And I don't have my dice with me. I'm just gonna have to roll in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
1d16 minus 5 armor, John.
In Roll20, how do you do best of?
You do a greater than sign or less than sign, and the like a number you don't want, basically. Yeah. Or you could just roll the dice twice and.
Oh wait, how do I do this?
Are you kidding?
I want best of 2d12.
Then we would literally look at the 5 and the 11.
Okay.
And pick the 11.
Take 11 damage, please.
Any piercing into that?
There is 3 piercing. How much armor do you have?
I have 5 armor.
Okay,
guys.
so you take 9 damage.
Oh yeah, he's covered in shovels now, isn't he?
That's right. So,
Okay.
he just completely, he just catches you off guard after he has been caught off guard, and just, completely slashes you. You're up close, you weren't ready for this, and quite frankly, he wasn't either. And he takes quite a step back. He doesn't
Off
know
the
what
cliff?
just happened.
Can I push him off the cliff or stab him into the pit?
No.
Okay.
But he backs off, and he resumes his defensive posture. What was that? Who was that figure?
Haven't you seen him before?
Seen who?
You haven't. I gasp as I throw blood on the mark of rust, drawing his attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop, have you never conveyed with our god?
Of course I have.
Are you sure?
What are you getting at, Wick?
Oh,
Tell
I
me.
smile at him.
Who was that?
Brother. Bishop. Hang on 1 second.
What's up?
While Basil is
My,
not sure whether this is
jeez.
going as planned or not, I catch
I need a refresh.
the eye line of Cacophony and Merrick and just go, what are we doing? And similarly, Chives goes up over my shoulder and makes a confused face, looking for some sort of return sign.
Oh,
I think Merrick's eyes are on the battle.
Cacophony, you just shaking your head.
Like I at this point, I think that Cacophony is like, I think she's like waiting for something to happen. Like all of the undead and the other people are like literally on the other. Well, I mean, I assume that they're like surrounding or whatever, but
Yes.
like she's got her daggers out and she's literally just like waiting to kill something. Like she's just like I think she was like all keyed up and like coiled and like ready to fucking strike, and then like the longer
Mm-hmm.
like it kept going on, she's got her daggers in her hand and she's just kind of like putting the daggers down, like
Mm-hmm.
settling in, just kind of sitting back. And I think she looks back over it at Chives and Basil and is just like like she flings her wing in the air like her feathers and it's just like, I don't know. So
Okay. What the
Oops.
hell?
2 successes.
Okay, there we go. It's KH1. Keep highest 1. Okay.
I look at Bishop and ask him if... I guess I can do this in voice. Have you not seen the visions? Either? Of the portal?
Portal.
Do you even know what you're doing here? Who's...
I am doing Rust's work. Keeping all of the people of this land in line. Disposing of the weak races.
That's the zealotry. You're not a zealot.
You're like circling one another. Like
Yeah.
negotiating the terrain with one another as you speak.
Have you not been told of the portal that you are to open to the south? Between the Alderlands and the Princey boy. I'm forgetting his name. Dongleturn? Gubu Balapali? Who has been giving you your orders this entire time?
I am the one who gives the orders to these men.
And Russ directly speaks with you?
He does not reply.
Tell me, Bishop. Oh no, don't tell me you've been rused. I'm trying to goad him into making a mistake.
Yeah, so my question for you, John, is as this dialogue's been happening, has there been swordplay between lines?
Undoubtedly, but I mean, we're not rolling for hack and slash, which
No.
is swordplay.
No, I think it's okay for us to characterize like fighting happening, but like wait for those moments, because I think you're both like very extremely strong fighters, and you're taking this extremely seriously. You're super blessed up. He is taking a defensive posture, so he's basically just letting you come to him, at least for now. But you are kind of goading him, and there is a moment where
I'm trying to whisper doubt into him.
Yeah.
You know? Like when a guy gets distracted, like that's pretty good. Obviously, it didn't work the first time.
Okay.
But
Give me a parlay.
okay.
All right. You continue to goad him, seeping doubt and questions into his mind. After like minutes of pivoting around one another, and there are moments where you get hits in, but he is blocking, so they're just kind of glancing blows. And Basil, Cacophony, Merrick, as you all are watching this fight, you're watching Wick get a few hits in on Iron Brother Bishop. Bishop got a huge hit in on Wick, but after that, Wick has just been like able to fend off any attacks, mostly because Bishop is not on the aggression. But as Bishop is cut, you see blood, but then you see these wounds heal up, and you see, around the periphery of all these creatures watching the fight, every now and then an undead will just fall down, desiccated, like even more desiccated, like just completely shriveled up, as their essence is being drained through the sword to revitalize Brother Bishop, who at this point is still at full health, despite Wick getting a couple blows in. But Iron Brother Bishop, and while it is clear he could keep this up and just let Wick wear down, Bishop is getting rattled. And as you sow doubt and questions into his mind, at one point he just shouts, "You will give me answers as to who you just showed me and what you are playing at." And he will give up his defensive posture and step in to attack you. Give me a hack and slash.
Okay. Hack and slash coming right up.
Okay.
That is, I instantly parry him, do damage, and he heals it back up.
Okay. Are you okay? So you have plus 1d4 from magic weapon.
Yep.
And you have
1d10, 1d4 plus,
And you can open yourself up to attack to deal an extra 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to do that?
I have to do math.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at this.
Probably not. I mean, I would have to roll maximum damage on at least 2 of those dice to maybe cut off his hand.
1d.
And since I don't have the messy property, I can't chop his hand off. So at most, I stab him in the wrist.
10 plus 6 plus 4 from bless. And does your sword just have any flat plus damage?
It does +2, ignores 2 armor. So what's that average? 4.5 plus 2 is 6.5 plus 3 is.
So your max damage is 22. If
Yeah.
you take the plus d6. That's a lot.
Are you baiting me? You know what? I'm gonna take my DM's advice. 1d10, plus 1d6, plus 1d4, plus 2, ignore 2 armor.
You ignore
points
2
of
armor.
damage.
That's quite a bit of damage. Okay. What does it look like to just totally, like, put a huge hit in on him?
I don't know. He probably runs forward trying to hack me. I've been baiting him for this moment. Do a sick Jedi spin, catch him in the waist, dig into his guts, so that he falls down, hopefully, but probably not.
Okay.
Since his legs are made of iron.
How much piercing do you have?
2. So if he has 5 armor or 10 armor, he reduce 3.
Okay. He looks pretty seriously injured in this moment. And he reels back. The Iron Guard and Rust Brothers begin shouting. There's like the oohs and some just like that, like, "This is bullshit, ref." That type of shouting.
You're telling me!
And Iron Brother Bishop backs up and begins to take his defensive stance as the sword begins to work. And it's not instantaneous, so if you have a moment to try and break through his defenses, and put some extra damage in while he begins to heal.
As this is going on, I look around. Do I see more undead dropping?
Yeah, they're beginning to. And
Are they dropping at a slower rate than previously, or do they do 5 just drop immediately and he comes?
Well, so the effect is not like immediate. Like he cannot just completely.
It doesn't negate damage through healing. It's regeneration.
Yeah, it is regeneration, and it's not instantaneous. Is like, yeah, you can see a body immediately drops upon the hit, and it looks like others, like, you're kind of like scanning around in it. Actually, someone give me a discern realities.
I believe I was asking the question. I
Yeah.
would happily make that roll.
And that would be good. It would be good for Wick to not fail a discern realities while in combat.
I mean, I have
This
plus
is
2.
actually a 7 because I have a spell concentration modifier clicked, so there's a -1 in there that shouldn't be.
Oh, I
there.
see that. Yep. Okay, so you can ask one of these questions, take +1 forward when acting on the answers.
Well, I don't need to ask who's really in control here because we know that one.
Fair. Unfortunately, we don't have a blanket +1 forward, even though we know the answer to that one.
Right.
We have to ask the question to get that.
I'm going to ask what here is useful or valuable to me. As I look around and I see... I just see the undead dropping. Do I see any of the Rust Brothers in pain? Is it drawing light from them as well? Do I see a Rust Brother who seems to have undead dropping all around him and therefore might be weakened?
No. Well, it seems to be the closest undead. And the Rust Brothers do seem concerned. Like, they'll be like, whoa, an undead just dropped next to me. They're not like surprised that that's happening, but they seem to be reacting to the rate at which it is suddenly happening. And you like basically your signal of like where should I be paying attention to is you are catching Rust Brothers reacting and turning and looking at undead dropping. So like it's their reactions that kind of creates like a bigger force of movement in your periphery. So yeah, there is an instant drop of an undead, and then another one, and then another one in quick succession. And that's going to continue. So you also gather that this is not like an instantaneous thing. It's like one, and then another, and then another, and then another. And so like the wounds are healing not instantaneously, but kind of slowly.
Ooh. Okay.
Could Basil and Cacophony take this opportunity to try and kill some of the rest of the undead on the sneaky to deplete his resource? Because obviously they would notice if one of the fucking Rust Brothers like dropped, but if we started taking out the undead, they wouldn't know if it was him trying to heal from a hit or not.
That's a really, really awesome idea, Cacophony.
Just don't get caught as I'm standing in the middle of 7 Rust Brothers. But seriously, do it.
I have an alternative plan if that doesn't work.
Okay.
Do we want to let the camera pivot to them and see how that goes, or are you interjecting and saying that that's a bad idea?
I was told there were 5,500 undead, so I'm not sure how effective this will be.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many of them.
Undead are on the field right now. Okay, it's an insurmountable number.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
I mean, so here is what I will say on the back end, and I probably shouldn't, like take us out of the fiction this much, but I was prepared to like have Wick make a Constitution roll if his plan was like, yeah, I want to see if I can withstand and whittle Iron Brother Bishop down, like just straight up exhaust all of his healing. Like that was an option to overcome the obstacle. And if you all like, if that's the route we want to go, and you all want to like help him do that very quietly and secretly, yeah, you can do that. I think for now, yeah, if you all want to just start like throw a dagger here, shoot an arrow there, like take out a couple undead, you can do that. But I know that you have a finite number of arrows and a finite number of knives, so.
Well, how many Rust Brothers are there then? I mean, like, so like the undead though, like, is it the undead that like there's this insurmountable number and there's like what 10 Rust Brothers?
There are a couple dozen Rust Brothers in Iron Guard, and there are like, estimate 200 undead here.
Can we sneak out of the battlefield and go to the town and clear out?
Start rescuing people?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do it.
Okay, then yeah, that's a better plan. Let's go get the fucking
out.
Yeah, I'll just.
Yeah. All right.
I will need a Defy Danger Dex from each of you to do that, but you have +1 from the Discern Realities, and just in general,
God damn it.
they are like distracted by what's going on.
I'm so sorry for burning all the luck. Oh,
You literally, I'm dead. Thank you. You're the
know,
worst.
So Shannon, that's a 6.
She just falls out of the tree.
Merrick, would you like
I
to
think I
aid or
would.
interfere?
Nah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Ah, damn it.
Okay, just to be
will
clear,
to a 2.
so just kind of the state of things. If Cacophony gets noticed, like, yeah, that's bad, but she can also fly away, and she's fast.
That's true.
If you help her not get noticed, that's great, but also if you are like clearly seen aiding and abetting, you are going to be in a worse spot than she is.
Sure. But when I see her moving in my periphery, because with that roll, I think everybody might have started to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I would start shouting for Wick, like, "You have this, Wick! Keep wearing him down!" I would try to make noise and draw attention to me, and it would like spin around. Look, the undead are dropping under your assault. And then I would turn to the nearest Rust brother and be like, "What would I say? Shit." Be like,
You're losing, motherfucker.
monstrosities. Yeah, no. I would say your monstrosities cannot withstand his onslaught.
Nice. All right, give me that
Much more epic.
that roll, that bond roll for aid and interfere.
Hey.
That is
up to
I
a
believe a 9 because you have a -1 ongoing. Wait,
Yeah.
What
for
is
aid
that?
and interfere, aren't you supposed to roll plus like the number of bonds you have with someone? That should be a 10. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You get +1 cacophony, and you succeed.
Hooray!
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I think
so bad.
I think people notice, but it is far too late by the time. Like there's
They're
a
not
couple
getting
people,
word back to the town to expect us.
right? And like people are like, that's a Selkie. Fuck, but the fight's going on. Who gives a shit? So
Nice.
anyway,
Hey, thanks, Merrick.
there you go.
so as we unfreeze time for the fight, Bishop has taken a step back, is bleeding and slowly regenerating. And Wick, in this time, flips his sword, does a cool little maneuver with it, and fuck, I forgot what he just said. You will show me, like he made. a demand
You will
of-
give me answers. Who is that?
If he has not fully regenerated, I wish to activate the the spell I never could manage to pull off.
Yeah?
I wish to channel my runic energy, creating this bright red line of almost blood coming from the hilt all the way to the tip, accumulating in a slight blaze. And tell him that you will see, or you will have all of your answers shortly, to cast the spell Fireball on him.
Oh hell yeah. That'll work. Yeah.
Okay.
He can't block. He can't block that. At least not very well.
Veil! Come on, brother! Yes! That's an 8. So, for those of you who don't know, I think this is the first time I finally managed to cast this fucking spell. Fireball deals 2d6 and it ignores armor,
Yes.
which is huge.
Okay.
I don't know the rate he regens at.
Let me.
I'm hoping for something big.
I need to roll for how much he regenerates between actions.
Okay. You want me to roll first?
Ooh. Okay. Well, you did roll. You rolled a 9.
For damage, I mean.
Yeah, 2d6. That's not you. Your fire.
It's in the
Oh.
fireball.
Yeah.
It auto rolls.
Oh, it auto roll. Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's above average damage, so
Wow.
take it.
Okay.
roll.
I'm taking it. I didn't know it actually rolled that on its own. That's so sick.
Okay.
I've never passed this spell. This is the first time I used it. Oh.
So
how's he
your
looking?
fireball, does that did you describe how that, like, how you emit that from your body or how it manifests?
Yeah, it's like raise the sword. It accumulates all the magic from it, from almost kind of like the inverse of the Moss family blade that accumulates life force. This one just accumulates destruction, and then we reel it back and slam it as we go full on. If he dies, fade to white as he gets exploded and incinerated, or he stands and withstands the fire, I guess, of Vale.
Yeah, this beam or orb of energy flies at him and explodes in an eruption of flame, and emerging through the explosion, charred and burnt, flesh exposed through his armor, is a very bloodied and very wild Iron Brother Bishop, who looks completely shocked and terrified, but he's very well trained and he is a duelist. He is reaccumulating health still. The blade is glowing. I think I described it as like a glowing blue last time, like a moon silvery blue. He is very injured and he's gonna rush forward to attack you. Give me another hack and slash. Yeah, he's desperate.
All right. Thank goodness for bless. A 15.
Okay.
We're gonna end this in a single strike.
All right, are you gonna open yourself up to an attack and deal an
I
extra
sure
d6?
am, Chief.
Now's the time to do it.
Okay.
For 19
Holy
points of damage.
Holy
Fuck.
damage.
Oh, you,
Wait, one of those is a 4 instead of a D4.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
4 anyway.
Wow.
You
Okay.
damage to me, Nick, in return.
Yeah. Okay, here it is. That's one. Okay. He'll
8.
deal 8 back to you, I believe, minus
Piercing
2
is
armor.
2.
So you take 6
Uh,
more. How are you doing?
I take 5 more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got 5 more.
Yeah.
I'm at. I'm not doing great. But
Yeah.
I'm not dead.
So, what does it look like for him to rush forward and attack you while you simultaneously attack and kill him? And
I think he legit stabs me through the hole where he initially stabbed me with the same sword. It goes straight through my back with the little flab of skin that no one really gets to see. Pierces the armor, gets caught. He looks victorious for a moment. He's like, he just stabbed him in a lethal area where his spleen, kidneys, stomach, probably lung and heart are. And then Wick whispers, I learned from my mistakes, like Russ taught me, and then just grab both ends of the sword, take it to the neck, and twist us both to the ground, hopefully decapitating him.
oh, fuck. Yeah. You absolutely kill him. And I think we try not to be like too incredibly graphic, even though it's a pretty graphic show. I think we see like the wolf face, like it's a plate that inserts into the helmet. That rolls off, and we see that just kind of tumble onto the dirt. You are shocked to see his face. So almost all Rust Brothers, and especially Iron Guard, they are all mutated as their bodies have been fused with demons and augmented as part of their rite of passage into the Brotherhood, into the Church. And his has manifested as he has multiple faces on his head. I mean, he has a primary face in the places you'd expect the facial features to be, but there are other parts of faces around his neck, the back of his head, his forehead. It's just very unpretty to look at. But his head rolls, and Iron Brother Bishop is dead. And your family sword is
Impaled through me.
sticking into your body. Is that normally where does your sword come out of your hand, like your arm, or does it come out of your
My
chest?
stomach. Yeah.
So your family sword is right where your sword normally comes out of.
Yes.
That's what
exactly.
you're saying? Oh, wow. That probably doesn't feel very good.
No. So I stand up, put a hand on it, probably throw the shield away. So I go down by one arm. But,
Okay.
I look to any other takers I mean, what happens next when their
Yeah.
boss dies?
I think the camera like quickly cuts to like jaws dropped on all these Rust Brothers and Iron Guards faces. It cuts to the zombies just standing there completely blank faced. It cuts to Merrick's face. What do we see?
Merrick will take the opportunity to stride down the stone steps to the middle and stand by Wick and yell out, "Behold, brothers of Rust, fate has spoken. Your champion has been defeated. The right of ascendancy has been claimed. Behold your new master, Wick Moss." And I will lay a hand on Wick's shoulder and then cast Cure Light Wounds on him. If I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a partial success.
Yep, I'm going to take -1 ongoing to further spells. Do I have that in there?
Why did you have -1 on your previous rolls?
Because I was concentrating on Bless and
Okay.
Magic Weapon.
Are you
So
no longer concentrating on those?
I think I would drop Bless. Magic Weapon I can concentrate on, no problem. But I think I would drop the Bless at this point.
Okay.
And then try to cure him for a D8 plus Devoted Healer.
Nice.
So he will regain 4 plus 4, or 8 hit points.
Nice.
And I will now have another -1 ongoing. If I cast anything else. Hopefully I
Okay.
don't have to.
I think the Brothers of Rust collect their jaws from being dropped. They begin reaching for weapons. And one Iron Guard shouts out, "We will never serve a non-believer."
I am the ultimate believer.
I will turn to this Iron Brother and say, "You would break a duel
Holy tradition. Holy
Holy
tradition.
tradition?" You say that in your head to me, in my head. I will instantly spell it out. "A holy tradition? This was a duel. A clear victor stands here, and you will sit here and break this tradition out of pride, out of spite. What would your God think of this? What would Russ say here?"
Another Rust Brother behind you spits into the trench around you and says, "He may be the victor, but he is no brother of Rust." And they begin to draw swords, maces. There are sensors. Like some of them reach out with a hand of magic and light sensors filled with incense and rust inside of them, and they begin spinning them. People begin to draw arrows into their bows, and a couple begin to creep onto these bridges of rock.
I will turn back to back with Wick.
Indeed. Dual wielding with a magical sword. Well, I guess 2 magical swords now. How does that work?
It works the same. You roll hack and slash. Your class damage is your class damage, and the only time it makes a difference is if you're like Basil and you take dual wielding as a feat or as a move.
No, I don't get the magical healing property of the sword.
You absolutely do. You absolutely do. And as you like pull the sword out of your chest or your stomach and you wield it, it begins to glow again. Undead around you begin to fall, and you might as well heal up to full.
Oh,
By the time that anything happens, you will be at full HP.
all right.
Okay. Let's cut quickly.
Yeah.
That's what I was just gonna say that. Love it.
Let's cut quickly over to the Hollows. As Basil, Chives, and Cacophony approach. So, you all are flying / running, sprinting, heading towards the hollows. Do you two connect on the way there, or do you meet up at the town?
I mean, I'm sure that we're basically like going in the same, like we're on the same path. So like,
I think like special forces snipers, we are communicating with like hand signals and
I'm doing my special calls. Yeah.
and plumes of grass.
Yeah. Fucking crack.
Wow, the fact that you've only been hanging out together for a couple months and you can understand grass signaling, Cacophony, I am just impressed.
I mean, Basil is.
I think that's part of our animal bros bond.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Very nice.
homies.
Animal
I love
bros.
It. So, animal bros. So we're approaching the town. Like, is the town? Remind me. Is the town surrounded? Like, does it have like a lot of troops that were left behind?
Yeah,
to protect it,
there
or...
are undead patrols, but they are so easily avoidable. Like,
got it.
We're not even gonna worry about those.
I mean, I rolled like a 14 to find danger. Do I not still have that?
That is carrying forward. You all like evade detection on your way to the town.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think divide and conquer. Do you want to we'll sneak into some of the houses and start getting people out, and
I think my goal is the people who are in the traps in the square who are stuck. So, because presumably those people are put in the stocks because they're like troublemakers. Oh, that too. And I feel like we need troublemakers loose if we're gonna be effective. So.
Oh, that's such a good point. Yeah, let's go. Rustle up the rabble and fuck some shit up. All right.
Yeah.
So then, okay. So among the folks in traps,
Yes.
what NPCs are we looking at here? Like, do any of them have any like special abilities? Are any of them
they so as you approach,
Right.
I'm just gonna reuse the map that we were using last time, and I'm just about done setting it up.
I assume they're being
Awesome.
guarded, so I think Chives makes a very loud clopping on the cobblestones and runs down some undead to give us cover while we sneak up to unpick the locks on the stockades.
Okay, so you're killing undead on your way.
Yes, and Chives is making a good distraction for us by bleeding loudly and knocking things over.
Okay, give me
somehow looking bigger than he is through some sort of trickery of animal magic,
Give me some sort of defy danger, maybe strength, like as you're chopping undead down, or.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
We still got the +1.
XP.
Yeah.
Yes, mark XP.
Damn.
Did we miss any failed rolls earlier? Cacophony, did you take XP? Or no, you got assisted and you passed your defy danger. Okay.
But I got the one before that. Oh my god, dude, I'm rolling like shit tonight. Let's.
Okay.
It's fine.
Oh wait. When Chives is attacking, oh no, it's still not enough. Never mind. Chives gets +1. For attacking humanoids.
Right. Well, and all of these are basically humanoids except for the one demon that is on the map. And I think.
Oh no, that's adding to the damage, not to the roll.
Right. So I think, unfortunately, like for you were able to chop undead, but I think Chives turns a corner and there's just too many undead and in particular an iron guard. And they begin chasing him down. Like he is forced down an alleyway, and I'm removing him. He is not going to be able to assist you in this scene. Chives is going to be fine. He can jump on rooftops all the fucking livelong day, but he has been separated from you all for the moment.
Okay.
But Basil, you are able to cut down a couple undead and make your way close enough. You're hidden, but Chives has been separated from you. Cacophony.
In the map you're showing, are these people the ones that are locked up?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Cacophony is she's trying to be stealthy, but she's also so I have a few options here. Like I've got cheap shot, which is just an extension of backstab. I've got shoot first.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like
Don't look at your moves. Moves are triggered when you say things that happen. So just
Okay.
describe what Cacophony's doing.
So I imagine that Cacophony is being as stealthy as she possibly can be. She's like, I am the night, and she's like,
Mhm.
fading back into the shadows and like trying to like stalk around the buildings and
So, I should be
and-
clear. It is the middle of the day.
Yeah.
I'm just reusing the nighttime map. Sorry.
there are shadows.
There
in
are
the
there
day,
are
there
shadows.
not?
Yeah, there's definitely shady alleys. You were familiar with all of them, having lived here for many
Yeah.
months. So
Awesome. Thank you for. Thank
yes.
you.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think she is like trying to keep to the shadows in the middle of the day, and I think she's just trying to find like her way, like into that center of this square, and to get to them without them seeing her. But like so. She's surrounded. Like, there's no way for me to get to them. I'm trying to there's no way for me to get to them without being seen.
Yeah, not directly, but you can get pretty
Yeah.
close. Like you could use the rooftops as well.
But they'll see me because it's broad daylight. Like, I can't.
Yeah, but
They would just think it was a bird.
I'm a big bird.
you are a big bird,
I'm a big gal.
a big beautiful bird.
I really am.
Big old bird.
Okay. So, I think. Yourself, Brother Grave. Wolfkin Undead. All right. I think she's just gonna. So we're on opposite sides. I can't see me. Oh, I'm up there. Okay. All right. Theater of the Mind. She's just hopping rooftops.
Okay.
And I think she's gonna like do her little hop, like
Yeah.
all the way across. And I think she's gonna try to end up like over here on top of this shed,
Okay.
like or as close to it as she can get without like getting in the way. And I think she's gonna start throwing like acorns or something, or like
Ooh.
flicking shit off the roof, like in another direction.
Uh-huh.
And then she's gonna throw an acorn at like one of the dudes in the center
Uh-huh.
to get their attention and be like, "Hey, look up here, dumbass! Like, we're trying to get you out of here."
Aren't they locked into something?
They
Yeah.
are locked in. But yeah,
They can
like
look up.
they're
I know I
hanging
can go,
there.
like,
One of them is like, "Hey, there's a Selkie up there." And they're like looking at you.
Oh, and I'm gonna say, "Shut up." And then, I don't know. I don't know what my big plan is. I just know that I wanted to distract the Iron Brother Palm for a moment, so that I
Yeah.
could like jump down and like snag one of them, or like bust the lock on one, and then like jump back up to the roof.
Okay. I think there's too many eyes for you to completely avoid detection if you're gonna just jump down and like try and pick a lock or break a lock without some sort of major distraction.
Okay.
Which you could totally do, like coordinate with Basil to do that. You could
Just
also
say, can I special forces hand signal? This is the subtitles, me speaking. Make a distraction. Just get them out of the square. I'll free everybody.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So, Cacophony, you're gonna be the big
Start
distraction.
voguing at him. Yeah. Yep.
Good luck.
I love that yours are just I'm framing my face.
Yep.
Okay, so what?
Watch me.
For this.
Witness me.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is Cacophony gonna do to get everyone's attention and create this opportunity for Basil?
She's just gonna be an asshole, and she's gonna go caw and like just shout really loud in the middle of the square, and then like fucking take off
All right.
in one direction
Okay.
and start chucking things like at the guards, like just like throwing shit at them, like kicking bird poop off the roof at them, and just like generally being like herself, just
Okay.
being a jerk.
So, I'm gonna need a defy danger. I think it'll be either charisma, which is framing like you are very focused on like I need to draw everyone. Like I'm trying to be
Right.
as
The
annoying.
performance of a lifetime.
Yeah, yes. And your goal is to just like, I am solely focused on getting everyone, like, damn my own
Okay.
safety. Or defy danger dexterity, focus on your own survival. But the risk is you draw fewer, bodies away from the captives.
I'll try for charisma because I want to get as many people away as I can.
Okay, give me defy danger charisma, which you have +0 on.
Thanks for that reminder. Yeah, we all know
Would
she is not
would
a
you like to take a
charismatic
moment to
character.
discern realities first? Maybe get +1 forward when acting on the answers?
Yes.
Okay.
I
You can always take a moment
really
here.
like that.
not good.
You can always take a
Right.
moment, but it doesn't
Dave.
always work out.
Well, I did get XP, so
No, congratulations.
Yeah, Shannon, you're just
Welcome to the
farming the
team.
XP today.
I am killing it. I'm gonna be level 7.
Oh wait,
level
wait,
8.
Right.
Shannon,
I'm there and I can signal. Can I not
hang
aid?
on, really quickly.
Discerning of reality. Okay.
Cacophony,
What, boo-boo?
your racial talent. When you take a moment to fly up high and look for something or take in the sights, take +1
Oh,
on discern
fuck.
realities. There you go.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
All right.
All right, you get one
Those
question.
+1s.
Thank you. Okay.
Do you want to ask one of these questions, or do you just want to take the
really
+1
do.
forward? Okay.
Who's in control?
No, you take
That's the
1 plus
person you
forward
need to
is.
distract. Okay.
I want to ask the question, but I feel like the +1 forward is gonna serve me better, especially since like Cacophony is
so
not
you
a
get to ask a
charismatic
question, but you
person.
also get +1 when acting on the answers.
Oh, so it's not an either or.
No,
oh,
it's
fuck
it's
yeah,
both.
okay.
It's both.
So what do you think? Like the look out for? Is that what you said?
No, I get the person in control because that's the person you need to get to follow you. They'll bring everybody else with them.
How are you so good at this? That one. That's the question.
All right, who's really in control here? So it is specifically Iron Brother Maple over here on the left side has control of most of the undead. So he's like patrolling back and forth between the north end and the west end. Brother Palm is like, he's just fucking off. Like he's just keeping an eye on the captives. Oops, I moved to captive instead of Iron Brother Palm. So Maple is in charge of all the undead to the north and west. Brother Grave over here to the south is the one in charge of the rest of the undead to the south and to the east. So those are the two in particular you need to worry about. But there's also this demon who is in charge. It's not clear who's in charge of the demon.
Anyone in charge? Okay. Okay. So
Satan
I
is in charge
think
of the demon.
obviously, yeah. So okay. So yeah, I think she's gonna go after Maple,
Mm-hmm.
but she's also gonna do some like woo woo hand signals to Basil and be like, "It's Maple," like
Yeah.
And then I guess so. If he's coming in from this way, then she wants to lead them in the opposite direction, or like maybe
Okay. Cool. So
yeah. So
go-
she's gonna. But I
Okay.
don't want to go towards the demon.
Okay, so
but-
go ahead and give me your Defy Danger charisma to specifically, like, you're trying to get everyone to follow you, but like now okay, it's Maple and Grave specifically I need to make sure I get. So you have +1 on this Defy Danger charisma.
Oh, damn it! All right. All right. I clicked the wrong button.
That's all good.
Here we go.
You're just building tension. Nice.
And you have
And-
+1, so that is a 7. That is
It's
a
a
7.
partial.
It's a partial success. Okay. So, like I said, you had the choice between focusing this on your own survival or on prioritizing getting people. So the partial success, you're gonna take a lot of damage. Like
Good.
they're gonna draw bows. Undead, especially like the fast wolfkin undead, are gonna like be leaping at you with their claws. So you can do this, but you're gonna take a lot of damage, or you can back off and try a different approach.
Am I going to take enough damage to die?
I need to calculate how much this would be. I don't think it could kill you, but it's gonna hurt a lot potentially if I roll well.
1d12 plus 15.
Well, can I also use my shoot first since I'm outnumbered?
What is shoot first? Can you link that for me?
Yeah.
You're never caught by surprise when an enemy would get the drop on you. So that's not applicable here because you have the drop on everyone. It's just that you are like flying really close to them to try and really get their attention, or like you're lingering a lot to really try and provoke them. This would apply if like something appeared that you didn't realize was there and tried to attack you.
Let's say shoot first is supposed to literally be the Han Solo in the cantina. Shoot first, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is, you're really trying to get their attention, but you're just loitering around a little too long, and they're drawing weapons and leaping at you, and so.
I don't see another approach immediately.
Okay.
So, I'll take damage with the assumption that at some point I'll be able to heal myself or hide in a hole until my wounds close up.
I mean, you're a Selkie. You can always just fly away.
Fly away. I could fuck off. Yeah.
Okay.
So
You're gonna take 6 damage minus armor. So I rolled really poorly.
and I also use underdog because I get like a +1.
Yes,
when I
yes,
outnumber
that is
on
applicable
armor.
here. Nice. So your armor is normally 1, so you have 2 armor now, so you just take 4 damage.
Thank you.
But yeah, so you're able to get quite a few of the undead and quite a few of the Rust brothers who just like start chasing after you. So
I think I'm gonna go south because then I'll grab Maple and the other dude since they're like right there, and I'm gonna just fly right past them, and
Okay.
then they'll follow me out that way.
All right, so all of these guys are going to chase you south as you head that way.
There I go.
Whoop.
Off the map.
Oh, perfect. Oh yeah, we have a below the map. And that leaves, there's a couple more undead that chase after. So that leaves just a few undead and an Iron Brother and a demon that isn't completely paying attention and doesn't really care.
All right.
Yeah.
You're up, my guy.
How?
I think we cut back to Merrick and Wick for a little bit while.
Yeah, we're also
before
drawing
I-
really close to the end of our like, regularly scheduled time. So
is this our cliffhanger?
well, it could be. How is everyone feeling? Anyone feeling really tired?
I'm feeling good if we want to go a little bit late. That's up to everybody else. Do we want to maybe finish the arc of what Basil is doing in the town, and then leave Merrick and
Merrick and Wick's thing is
cliffhanger?
going to be a cliffhanger, and I know it'll be concluded very briefly. So I'm ready to
That's
cliffhanger.
worrisome.
All right.
All right.
So let me just check in with you, Andy and Shannon. How are you both feeling about going just a little bit longer to resolve this?
I'm okay to go a little longer. I am getting sleepy. I will say that.
I know. You and I've played together many years, and I can recognize when you're a little sleepy bean.
Slow blinks.
Okay, a little bit. All right. Here, let's get rid of that undead too. Okay, so Basil, you are left with a few enemies to contend with. What's your plan?
They're nicely separated, so I feel like the time to act is right now. I'm gonna fucking Ezio out of the shadows to kill this Wolfkin
Okay.
right here.
All right.
So I have called shot, but
Oh yeah.
that's distance. It's distance when they're unaware. I assume I don't have that with my short swords.
No, but you do have the plus damage with your dual wielding short swords.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just sneak up behind this dude.
Okay.
And
Go ahead and roll your
right
damage.
through the spine.
Like
All
they,
right.
this undead is not even aware of you. They're kind of like minding this way.
All right.
Okay.
And, is that enough to kill him? Do I need to do my Viper Strike?
Go ahead and do your Viper Strike, please.
Oh wait, it's R1d4. I'll just do the drop down. I'm terrible at the notation. Oh,
Very nice. That is enough to kill this undead, just barely.
hi.
These
He killed him in one hit.
These wolfkin have a lot of health though, so that was very close. All right, you cap this wolfkin undead in one hit, so your presence is still masked.
All right. And then
What did I say?
He killed him in one hit.
Oh,
did
very
I do
good.
2? The 2 hits? It
No,
was the Viper
counts.
Strike.
your
Whatever.
your Viper Strike is part of one attack.
Okay, got it. All right, I'm gonna fucking Ghost Recon, not Ghost Recon, whatever it was, Splinter Cell. I'm gonna hide him in the shadows because I want to stay stealthy here with this body. So, body gets moved to the shadows, and I get up onto the roof.
Very good.
All right, now I'm up here. I'm going to call shot from this position up on the roof on Iron Brother Palm.
Oh, I mean, all these undead are like blending in with the terrain, so I just moved another one off screen that I didn't see before. Okay, yeah. Do your called shot on Iron Brother Palm. What are you
Right.
targeting?
Right for the head with a Bloodweed arrow.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Boop.
10. Nice. Deal your damage, and they do nothing but stand and drool for a few moments.
All right. Damage.
Very nice.
Okay, he's got Bloodweed now. There you go.
Perfect. So Iron Brother Palm is just like, you hit him in the head. He is just reeling. He like stumbles back and falls to the ground. Arrow sticking through like the slit in his helm. And you have a moment here.
And I'm gonna capitalize on the moment by ninja like jumping down from the roof and trying to go in for the kill with a short sword.
On Iron Brother Palm.
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead and deal your damage. With the short swords. Okay, 8
And a
plus Viper
And
Strike.
a Viper Strike.
Oh my god. That's 11, which is exactly what you needed to kill him.
Oh, max.
Wow. Wow. He has a lot of armor, but you just go ding. Very Ezio Auditore.
Yep.
Very Assassin's Creed. Okay.
I have a question. Was I perfect enough to be like silent that the demon and the wolfkin did not notice me?
Ooh.
I was just like fucking Street Fighter. Perfect.
That was a 10 on your called shot. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Go for it.
All the undead die.
All right, then I'm gonna quietly start picking the locks and
Okay.
letting these people free.
Yeah. So here is where you need to act quickly to not get noticed. Give me like a Defy Danger Dex if you're gonna pick the locks, or Defy Danger
Yep.
Strength if you're gonna try and break the locks.
No, I'm gonna pick them.
Okay.
Sneaky choices.
All right.
Boop.
Oh,
There you go. Very nice. You're able to pick the locks quickly. The wolfkin notices probably by the time you're picking the last lock. And
At which
as
point, some troublemakers can help protect me. I hope.
yeah, they're like spotting for you. A couple of them like are running to go hide. You're like directing them on where the exit is and what path to take, because you've cleared that. You and Chives cleared it on the way in. So yeah. Right as the wolfkin notices, you break the last lock, and all of you are manage to get away. Like I think as you're turning the corner, the wolfkin notices and begins chasing after you. But it's enough time for you to take it out or escape.
Now
You don't even need to roll.
We're making stealthy, smart choices. We're
Okay.
taking our wins, and we're getting the fuck out.
Okay. All right. So, you all managed to save some of these people. Cacophony, as you are flying around the town, leading these undead and Rust Brothers around, you see Chives basically doing the same thing along the rooftops. He has just amassed a huge amount of people. And you also notice from the rooftops there are a couple other places where non-humans are being made example of. You're able to flash some hand signals at Basil to let him know, like, yeah, we'll continue to draw Rust Brothers and mislead them and try and keep as many of them out of your way. And ultimately, I think the two of you are able to conduct this operation and free all of the captives.
Nice.
So
Killing it.
yeah, there's about 20 or 30 non-human kin that you all help free, and ultimately lead to safety to the mines to the north, or wherever you decide to head after this.
I think, yeah, I don't know. We can talk about that next week for sure. But like maybe some of them want to join the fight. Like if they're rowdy and they want to go and fuck some shit up and kill some Rust Brothers.
Yeah, yeah.
But then but they have the option of saying no.
I don't think you all know quite exactly what is transpiring to the north with Wick and Merrick. But at one point, as you're sailing around, you hear just an absolutely massive crashing sound, cacophony, and your head turns to the north. And I will reveal here in a minute what you see. So let's cut back over to Merrick and Wick. How are you two doing over here?
Wick has ascended and is becoming a war god. If he's being fueled by magical healing, he's just gonna be like a whirling dervish, abandoning all forms of defense just to lay it on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I made a token while you guys are doing. You wanna show it off real quick?
Oh, did you message it to me?
I can.
Oh.
There
Or
you go.
do I need to upload it? I don't actually know how uploads work.
You
in
just
Roll20.
download that and then drag it onto Roll20.
Okay.
This one, shield's gone.
Oh
Two
shit!
swords in
This
the
is
hand.
so fucking cool. All right, I'm downloading
it
this right
is.
now.
Merrick is likely just behind. Well, no. What
Oh.
Wick wants to do is be swirling around Merrick so that he acts as his anchoring point.
Okay.
So no matter where Merrick is, Wick is both defending and attacking.
Okay.
You've massively grown in size.
Yeah.
Being awesome.
I'm just gonna zoom in on this just so we can see this fucking dope ass.
My hands are
Two-sword token.
huge. I need hand reduction surgery.
Shut up.
God, it's full circle. I love it. It's poetic.
It's so good. Okay, HP.
Life is a circle. Rust teaches us
Armor. Okay, all right. We've got Wick here. All right. There you are, Wick.
Nice.
Back to back with Merrick, pivoting around him. The Rust brothers are drawing closer. The undead, the Selkie undead take to the skies. The Wolfkin undead start leaping across the chasms. And
They
you are
instantly blow up as soon as I reach it. Right? I don't know how this sword works, but
yeah. So as you begin, like as you know, an Iron Brother Poplar here begins to charge forward at you. He's got a censer with flaming incense and rust, dusting out of it. He begins to charge, and there is echoing through the hills from the top of the mountain to the north a loud slam. And the ringing of bells echoes through your minds. You look to the north. Everyone pauses. And you all see a large figure standing on top of the hill. Well, actually, the mountain. The mountain that the gold mine, sits underneath a few miles to the north. And there is an absolutely massive figure. A giant standing, silhouetted in front of the sun, standing there. And there is a cloud of dust at his foot. And all of the Rust Brothers, the Iron Guard, they stop. They look to the north, and they kneel.
Wick does the same.
You
He
hear...
assumes this is Rust.
It is. It is rust. The figure is reflecting light. It's very blinding to see, but what you can make out is that this giant's body is made of iron. And it is rust. And his voice calls out to the brothers and the guard. The fight has been fought for today. Leave this wick moss, or he is victorious. He has demonstrated true strength, and that demands respect. Go. And the giant begins to turn and walk over the mountain towards Whaler's Hold. And the Rust Brothers and Undead, well, the Undead all paused as well. They all rise, looking at you with contempt. Wick.
I feed off of it.
I know.
Jesus.
And they begin to slowly back away.
This is the best day of Wick's life.
In Wick's head, Merrick will say, I can't fucking believe that worked.
Are there no heretics amongst the Rust Brothers who respect the Duel of Ascension and they're like, this is our new guy?
Heretics? Oh, I see what you're saying.
You mean true believers.
Or true believers, depending on how you look at it. I think the same could be said for the way people apply the word heretic in general.
I mean, I don't know how you would know that, but there's no obvious answer to that right now.
Does anyone like look back longingly, wishing they were just as mutated and cool as I was? Can I give a discern realities check?
Yeah. Give me your discern realities, and yeah, you can take your +1. Oh my god, John, fuck. John, one of them.
All I know is I'm in control.
One of them turns around and just flips you off.
Spits on the ground.
Take confused or stunned as a debility.
I'm confused.
Yeah, I mean, everyone take. No, I'm kidding. Everyone just takes.
This is a confusing moment.
I like that he rolled so poorly that we all took fucking damage from it.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah. Andy, I know what this episode's going to be called. It's going to be called Now or Never. And I also have ideas for future episode names that you will really like. Because they're in that vein of board game, and you know what I'm talking about.
Oh boy.
Oh god, I'm worried. Oh no.
My title for this episode, because I make a title at the start of every one of my notes, was Baiting the Trap.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's a really good one.
I figured, since you were directing that comment at me, that you were going to name the episode Shitting Yourself is a Natural Aspect of Committing to Camouflage.
No. So I'm a big fan of those Red Raven board games. Now or Never, Above and Below, Near and Far. My goal is to make all three of those an episode title this season.
In our next campaign, are we going to go into the ocean and be perhaps Islebound?
Into the ocean, end it all, right, John?
End it all. I'm just a normal boy.
Okay, well, thanks for watching Fable Table. I think we're done for today because we're all getting extremely loopy. So yeah, if you enjoyed watching the content, the best way to support the show is to tell anyone who you think would really enjoy this content. Tell them about the show. Tell them about what we do, and just spread the word. If you would like to help fiscally, you can subscribe or just have Sugar Daddy Valid Opinion subscribe for you, or you can donate on our Patreon, even if it's just $1 a month, for 1 month. We really appreciate it. Does anyone have any plugs they want to make before we sign off for tonight?
Just a reminder to folks to not cross the picket line regarding Etsy. Your favorite artists out there are struggling with their art platform, and
Fuck! I don't. I have.
it right now.
I have no
I did
idea.
read about that.
What's happening with Etsy?
Etsy has been slowly nickel and diming its policies to feed people to death, and there's a strike right now of artists asking people to just take a break from shopping on Etsy to make sure that their struggle is known to blow her up. So
Damn,
don't cross the picket.
I
that's
think the
rough.
increased fee was up to 30%.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Oh,
Wasn't Etsy
Um,
just...
I've seen a post circulating from someone
Oh.
who sells something for $60, 60 on Etsy, and generally makes about 16 from the actual revenue. So
what?
Wow.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, they're just. It's pretty shitty.
Likewise, take your business to Society 6 or Redbubble, where artists have a lot more control over how things are priced.
Redbubble is great. I love their content. I bought, oh my God, so many shirts over the last, I don't know, 10 years, but
I'm opening tabs for Redbubble and Society 6 right now because I
They're
have no
great.
idea what those are. Cool. Any other plugs? Serious or not?
Guys, I'm JonDungeonMaster. I have no life. I do more than just play Wick Moss. If you like crazy characters, 5e, another 5e campaign. Come check us out. We're fucking 51 sessions in now to the current. We're about to reset the countdown
Wow.
as we enter year 2, the final, well, maybe final year of the God War. Oof. Come check us out.
Excellent. Any other plugs? I have one. I believe if you're free, Brian, tomorrow, you, Nick, and I may do some more Gloomhaven. I was expecting to not be able to start until late, but my work just canceled work from home, or just canceled working from the office temporarily. So I'll be working at home tomorrow, and I will not have a 2-hour commute home, so I'll have more time to play Gloomhaven. So
I will have to get back to you on that. I don't know
Okay.
what family stuff I have going on.
Fair
But
enough.
If I'm free and available, then I'll definitely jump in.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Shadow. You can catch me on twitch.tv/Scarlet Shadow. I'll also be on John's stream on Saturday for the God War, as my team tries not to die, as my entire team gets yeeted off a bridge by a shadow dragon.
I'm gonna kill your fucking horse.
Yep.
Brian
Your
hasn't
horse
even
is
been there
bad.
for like 3 out of the 4 last few sessions, right?
No.
Yeah.
Well, things only go wrong when I'm not there, but that's okay.
True.
Everyone, if you want your party to do well, have Brian and have him be there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, everyone, or catching the VOD later on YouTube. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next week, concluding whatever the fuck this is. Have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.